podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
This week on the Defy Life Podcast, we will discuss Nathaniel Taylor, a.k.a. Rollo from Sanford & Son, dying at the age of 80. We'll also discuss Maryland basketball fans calling a Michigan basketball player ugly and causing the coach to step in his defense. We will also talk about a pastor in South Africa, quote-unquote, resurrecting a man from the dead and having to apologize. We'll also jump into some listener questions, talk some NBA, some NFL, and of course, as always, we'll wrap things up with some trivia. That and more. Let's get to it.
Football. All my sports teams off season go through withdrawals, 30 minutes to tip off. Like Rakim was saying, we got ideas, give me ear problems. Sound like thunder and rain. I'm excited that you came on this journey with three of my friends. Defy life till we die and grow wings. Just a different perspective. Haters in every direction. Refuse to live my life based off your projections. Their expectations are lazy. My expectations are crazy. My lady defies me. Goose, Brown, Brady, Jordan, LeBron, Aaron, Bonds, Mayweather, Ali Foreman. You get the picture, greatest ever born. I attack without warning. This is not around the horn. Them other shows whack, a lot of yawning. You really want to be the best, got to pay the price. We make winning look easy. Welcome to Defy Life. Defy Life.
Welcome back to the Defy Life Podcast, powered by the Defy Life Podcast Network. You can listen to us anywhere your favorite podcasts are available. As always, we encourage you to follow, subscribe, like, and drop us a comment whenever you listen. You can follow us on all social media platforms at Go Defy Life. The Defy Life Podcast is sponsored by our friends at Bud Bottles, home of the Bud Bottle and the Bud Freshener. Please visit budbottles.com for your odor eliminating needs. This is episode 97 of the Defy Life Podcast. I am your host, J.R. Glenf, joined as always by my wonderful co-hosts, Thomas Stevens, Gerald Hedrick, Yusuf English. How's it going today, Thomas?
Going very well, sir. I cannot complain. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm glad you ain't complaining. I ain't trying to hear that shit.
You don't even give a fuck. I think you're exaggerating. That's bullshit, man. We want from the cops. My man. We want from you.
I got my boy Pooh, man. I got my boy Pooh.
Yeah, I think it. That's what's up.
Niggas, you done. Gerald Hedrick, how you doing today?
Yo,
I'm good, man. It's another Two for Tuesday, baby. And you already know the real is back, man. I can't complain, man. It's been another blessing. I'm back. I was off last week, so I'm happy to be back with the show this week, man. How y'all doing?
Good, man. Good. It's good to have you back. What you doing your week off? Sleep?
Man, I don't even. Yeah, I actually was asleep. That's actually the reason why I was. Yeah, I actually was asleep, man. I was watching TV and I had my laptop up. I was researching NBA stats, and I was like, man, I'm gonna just watch a little bit of the show real quick, and shit. Next thing I know, it was 5 a.m. Like,
next thing you know, them NBA stats was researching you. Wow.
Yeah, man. So yeah, my bad. You know, it wasn't a schedule. It wasn't a scheduled week off, but you know,
however you can get them. Well, welcome back, Yusuf English. How's it going today, yo?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I done had a good week. It's been a great time to be me, and I'm ready. I'm ready to say some bullshit all day, every day. I was told last week after last week's episode, I don't know if we got any emails from the young ladies about me. You know, the two young ladies that you know, chimed in. Only if they was cute. Only if they was cute. Only if they was cute. Not saying you not cute, but cute is a relative term. I'm just saying, if you think you cute, well, hold on. I'm sorry. If other people think you cute, then you can touch me. Only if other people think you cute.
So
then you
we
can touch
got
me.
So we got to reach out to our listeners to figure out if our other listeners are cute. That's what we got to do.
No. If other people have told you cute or you fine, no, I'm sorry, not cute. Babies are cute. If other people have told you fine, hit us up at info@godefylife.com. In the subject, put I want to touch yours, and we'll go from there. Sure. And that's where we go from. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, it might hurt my Defy Life gear sales, but I'm saying with the new spring line we got dropping.
Yeah, I was gonna say not with that spring line. Now.
With that spring line, you gotta be fine to get in. You know, I'm just saying. Well, no, you ain't gotta be fine because you got a little something for everybody.
Yeah, it'll make you fine.
It'll make you. Hey, listen, defy life. Because if you're ugly, you define life by being beautiful. Defy life makes you beautiful.
Damn, that's a hell of a tagline, yo.
Hey, defy life makes you beautiful.
Yo, Sean, what? Yo, you got your bottle of Henny out today.
Nah, I was told that I drink too much.
Oh yeah,
somebody told me. That's what I was told by a good friend of mine. Told me I drink too much. You know what I told him? We can have this conversation after I drink this.
Or have it over a drink.
Let's discuss this over a drink.
Let's discuss that shit over a drink.
So I'm not drinking Henny tonight. I'm drinking some wine. Drinking a nice bottle of wine, man. I'm laid back, man. I done been listening to my Defy Life radio. If you haven't heard, it's one of the hottest radio stations out there. Go ahead to iTunes, Spreaker. Man, Sunday Night Jazz Mix. I've been rocking, man. Rocking with a nice little glass of wine.
Yeah, man. First of all, salute on that. You know,
salute.
The Defy Life radio station has been, we got DJ T-Raw now available on the Defy Life radio. So
that last mix DJ T-Raw drop was popping.
Absolutely.
Yo, you gotta wait. I'm gonna tell you what, listeners, please, I'm begging you that DJ Blaze Throwback Thursday mix that's dropping Thursday morning at 7 a.m. Please tune in. That shit is fire. I'm telling you, you're gonna be rocking to work. It's 54 minutes long, but I'm telling you, you're not gonna want to turn it off. You're not going to want to turn it off. It's that fire. And also, DJ Phenom on the Friday night mix. Right. He's popping. It's his birthday Friday night. He's got a birthday bash at Club 520. Is that what it is? 520?
1520, I think.
You 1520. 1520. There we go. And I did the commercial, 1520.
All right. Well, he told me to come. That's how I know.
and you know, he come on cursing.
Right.
So
he shouted me and yo shouted in the commercial like y'all better show up. So I was like, shit, I gotta at least know the place. Right?
So I'm gonna be in the building 1520 in Florence, South Carolina, man. 1520 in South Carolina this Friday night. And shoot, it's gonna be jumping though. For real. But let's get into the show, Jay.
Yeah, absolutely.
You gave enough shout outs, you sure you done?
Hey, money, I'm gonna need you not to do that, money.
Shout out to Rollo. How about shout out to Rollo? How about that? We go.
Yeah.
Hey, no, shout out to Jane the Virgin. I done been on that show for forever. I'm just saying, if we're gonna keep letting me get shout outs, I'm gonna keep giving them. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing.
Well, how about this? I got one more shout out. Shout out to my co-host Jay. Shout out to my co-host Money. Shout out to Pooh, doing it big. Shout out to the Defy Life family, everybody that's on the network. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know, but we are growing like crazy. It's not just a brand, it's a movement. So
it's a way of life.
It's a way of life. You know what I mean? It's a way of like. Shout out to Doc for getting his gear and posting it. The Everybody Rock Up movement. Shouts out to Big Ty and the T-Raw movement posting it. Shout out to my man Malcolm in New York. Yo, did you see his hat on the Range Rover steering wheel?
Yeah,
that was a hard ass pick. My man Malcolm came through with that. Yo, so you know what I'm saying?
If y'all ain't checking out these gear picks, man, y'all go check out them gear picks, man.
Yo,
if you looking at them gear picks and it don't make you say, I gotta get some of this shit. You bugging.
You definitely wilding. You definitely wilding if you don't want to get some of that gear.
Yeah.
And you got about 3 weeks before we really blow your socks off.
Really. And if you hit me up on social media again, tell me I gotta get me some of that shit, cuz, and you don't get nothing, I'm gonna start shouting your ass out on the show.
Yeah, shout them out. You how you gonna ask me for gear and don't get nothing? Like that ain't right.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna front, that spring line is fire. That spring line is fire. Wait till that drop, man. I'm telling you. Leggings, like all that good shit, man. But anyway, we wasting time. I'm sorry. I won't talk. I won't talk for the next 20 minutes. I'm on timeout for 20 minutes.
Oh, well,
you ain't never talking too much when you plug in Defy Life.
Yo, you know who we should have got on this? We should have got Kim on from the Lynn and Kim podcast, man. Because Kim would have damn sure been on here plugging like crazy.
Well, she would have. I got a 10 spot with Kim tomorrow. I mean, with Thursday.
Oh, that's dope, man. Hey, listen. What is it, Jay? You want to become a Patreon, man? What you got to do, Jay?
Yeah, you can hit us up at patreon.com/GoDefyLife as usual. Hit us up. It's different tiers of patronage. You have access to all of our Patreon exclusive content. There's a chance for you to be a guest on a show or multiple shows, a chance to host your own 10 spot. You get free Defy Life gear. What else we got? Defy Life wristbands, all that stuff. And cheaper than a pack of almond M&Ms, you can become a patron of Defy Life. So, and instead of getting the fucking number 3 from Wendy's, become a patron of Defy Life and support some real shit. So, hit us up on Patreon and support. But yeah. So I mean, on to the meat of the show. As usual, we'll start with some news tidbits. Thanks to Money, we got an extra one thrown in here for y'all. But first off, as I mentioned, shout out to Rollo, man. Nathaniel Taylor, a.k.a. Rollo from Sanford and Son. I don't even know after 1973 did anybody even call him Nathaniel, right? I never even knew his real name. Everybody called him Rollo. But he died at the age of 80 last week. I don't know how much y'all watched Sanford and Son as I know as a kid, by default a lot of times my pops was watching it, so I would watch it. But shout out to Rollo. Prayers to his family. Definitely an icon in black sitcoms. But Pooh, what's your favorite? With that being said, what's your favorite Sanford and Son memory?
Man, sad to say, I don't think Rollo was in my favorite episode.
Mm-hmm.
But I Want My Daddy's Records. That may be. Hey, that may be my most favorite. But I absolutely love Sanford and Son from man to first remember to an adult now. I absolutely love Sanford and Son.
Yeah, that was a classic episode. Blind Melody. Oh man, no doubt. Money, what's your favorite Sanford and Son moment?
Man, that's I think my dad watched Sanford and Son. So I would come out from the back and Sanford and Son would be on, and I might be a little too young to remember Sanford and Son, but I definitely I definitely remember it being on the tube all the time. But I don't at the risk of getting hung and horse and quartered, I don't really have any Sanford and Son moments like that, just because I'm a little younger.
You're younger than us.
I know.
What are you talking about, man?
Yeah,
nah, man. Y'all way older than me.
I mean, if you don't watch Sanford, if you never watched Sanford and Son, you know what I'm saying? If you was more of an Archie Bunker guy, we get it.
Right. Sheltered.
Exactly. So, Yosh, what's your favorite Sanford and Son moment?
I would like to say, before I say what I'm about to say, I must say,
The words and ideas that you are about to hear are those of Yoshi and him alone. They in no way represent the thoughts and ideas of Defy Life or the Defy Life Podcast Network.
Oh, man, thank you for that. So I ain't got to waste my breath saying it. So
I appreciate that.
Let me say this. Didn't like Sanford and Son as a show because I always got compared to Fred Sanford for the way I walk.
Okay.
So I was extremely, that really, really bothered me. But I must say, without anything else, the Prince, Sanford and Son was a classic. As much as I did dislike the show, I couldn't help but, you ever been like, you dislike something, but you had to laugh at it?
Yeah.
So you would always snicker. So like, that was me. That was me. Like, I'd be mad as hell. Like, I don't walk like him, but some funny shit happened and I just start snickering. So that was more or less me. I think it was a timeless classic. I think if you ever get an opportunity, you young people out there, if you ever get an opportunity to watch it, man, go ahead and watch it. It's definitely must-watch TV. I don't really have a favorite moment because there was so many of them. So I really, when you sent out the message, Jay, in the pre-show text, I was just like, I can't pin down one. So it was definitely a dope show, and we're definitely at a loss, man. Another great one lost. That's all it is.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if anybody, any of the main characters.
Great one lost. I mean, he 80.
He's still great.
It's not like he. Yeah, but it's not like he passed at 27.
Yeah, but he ain't say going too soon. He said we lost.
I'm not saying going too soon is just a loss. Yeah. At the end of the day.
So what you saying, Money? Once you 80, you just your life ain't worth shit. What are you saying? Like once you 80, you like fuck it.
Money saying that once you 80, you expendable.
Yeah, like what the fuck are you talking about?
You might as well be in the movie Expendables if you gonna be over 80.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, look, hey, my bad. I realized after I was off last week, I realized I needed to channel my inner Keon more. That's what I realized.
Man, is that what it is? Well,
yeah, that's what I realized.
We'll have folks emailing in about your ass next.
Hey, y'all crazy.
You be off 1 week, you go on 1 week, they gonna be like, y'all, do y'all even miss Money? Do y'all even miss the show runs much smoother without that? Man,
yo, crazy, man.
Well, before I get to the next question, I don't even know how I forgot this while we were talking about Patreon, but shout out to Mr. Demetrius McKelvey, our very own V's. His mom is our newest patron on Patreon. Just want to give her a shout out. So she responded to our last Patreon message and was like, "How do I become a patron?" So thank you.
Wow.
And
does she listen? Or do you know what show she listens to?
Well, I know she was jumping on that one because me, V's, and Scott did a 10 spot. And,
we did one with V's too.
You're right, and so the last one I mentioned V's in the share, and she was like, "Oh, okay. I want to listen. So how do I become a patron?" So shout out to Mama McKelvey for becoming our newest patron. So your name has been added to our patron wall at GoDefyLife.com.
Okay.
This is your official shout out. You will be shouted out on other shows as well, including Anything, Everything, and Nothing. And we'll get with these to make sure we get your silicone bracelet out to you as soon as they become available. So thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. So, but yeah, so just wanted to get on and get that in before I forgot about it. Next up, man, we got. So I don't even know if y'all saw this. So in game over the weekend, it's might have been Sunday. At the University of Maryland. Maryland was playing Michigan. And Michigan has a player by the name of Ignas Brazdeikis, obviously a foreign-born player. So he was at the free throw line. And you know how college games is going to be a four-syllable chant whenever they want to get on.
You are ugly.
Right. So they, if you, depends on where you at. So if if somebody's, I remember when this is back in the day when Duke was playing Arkansas, and this is back when Arkansas was good, when they had Todd Day, Corliss Williamson, and they went to Duke, and Duke roasted them by like 20, 30 points. And the crowd started chanting, you know, it's the Razorbacks, they pigs. They started yelling, they started chanting, I smell bacon. So stuff like that. And Duke fans are notorious for being clever as fuck with that shit. So the Maryland fans started chanting at Ignis, you are ugly, and they was giving him hell, and he was pointing at his ears and raising his hands at the crowd like, I don't understand what you're saying. Obviously, he's a foreign guy. I don't know if he actually didn't, but it got so bad that the Maryland coach actually had to pick up the mic and tell the fans to stop. Which, I mean, I've heard worse, seen worse. So with that, Money, I know you say you don't like this. How far can fans go? How far you think can fans go to taunt players or to intimidate the visiting team? How far should fans be able to go?
Man, as long as you don't touch the guy, you know, or girl, or like as long as you don't touch the athlete, to me, it's an open game. You know, to me, all of that, like, because I mean that's part of your mental toughness. You know, that's part of your mental toughness. You know, we've all heard stories of like, man, that ACC rough. That ACC rough. So especially on that basketball court. So you liable to go down to Tallahassee at Florida State, or go to Little John at Clemson, or Cameron you liable to hear anything.
So
you know,
so are you saying it's okay because I know there was a one of the Clippers super fans got suspended for telling Eric Beverly. What's Beverly kid? The Beverly point guard. Patrick Beverly. Fuck your mother from the sidelines, and the Clippers suspended him, banned him from coming back to any games. And we've seen, you know, players, you know, fans in the crowd with the player's jersey on a monkey, with the monkey in a noose. Like, is that shit okay as long as they don't touch him?
Nah, I'm not. I mean, that shit is going, like, anything that's going too far. So that's what I'm at. That's what I'm at. But you mean like what? So I mean, of course, like when you start talking about kids and people parents, you know, like that's to me that's going too far.
Okay, that's what I want to clear. I just want to be sure you weren't saying, "Oh, that shit is cool, as long as you don't touch me." Like that's part of your mental toughness, son. But yeah.
No, not you bringing in nooses, or you, you know, you throwing your beard people. No, I'm not saying that, but I am saying like fans should have pretty wide latitude to you know, to say what they want to say. I mean, it's entertainment. You know, they pay money for their ticket or whatever, and you know, not even really so much at the pro level, because I mean, I've started chants in both, you know, Spectrum Center and Bank of America Stadium, you know, about Mike Dunleavy and some other guy, like, you know, but it's all in good fun. Like, I don't have no beef with Mike Dunleavy, but I'm just saying, like, you know, I think it's all in good fun, man. But when you take it down to like the college and the high school ranks, where these people actually have student sections, man, student sections be wow. So, you know, it's tough to say, but I say let the kids have fun, let them live. I mean, someone's physical appearance, I mean, you know, to me that's fair game. But I grew up in a different age.
No doubt. Yosh, you're a coach. How far do you think fans can go before they cross the line?
I think that the line is very fine. To a certain degree, I agree with Gerald in the sense that some of it is mental toughness, but I do feel that some people cross the line. Just because you pay your ticket doesn't mean that you can just say whatever you want and not expect somebody to slap your ass in the mouth. And like, it's just like, if you're saying something about me, I'm probably okay. You're saying I suck, this, that, and the third. And I think if you look at, I think I actually commend the coach from Maryland for doing what he did, because it's about class at that point. It's about, these are young people and you're trying to teach them about having class and about being bigger and about being able to do, because you can't do that in the real world. Like, you know, I can't be in another teacher's class talking about you suck. You know what I'm saying? Because they damn test scores is lower than mine. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta kind of deal with it. Huh?
What they got to do with sports?
What I'm saying is that I think that sports translates, and I tell my kids this, my players this. I said, you know, if you want to see a person, you want to know how a person lives his life, watch him play a sport. And I think that the reason why we encourage our kids to play sports is because it teaches them so many life lessons. And the reason why, and these are college athletes, they're not professionals. On the professional ranks, say what you want. You pay so much friggin' money for your tickets. Shoot, them people at the student sections, they get them tickets free on the college level. You got your college ID, you get in the game free. Wow. You know what I mean? And I think that on the professional level, you want to heckle somebody all day, heckle them. You have the right. But for the amount of money you pay for a ticket, especially if you close enough for that person to hear you, you done paid some bread for that seat. You're allowed to say whatever the freak you want, as long as you don't touch them. So money on that sense, I agree. But in a sense of, on the point of a college player, a college atmosphere, I kind of, they say a bunch of stuff, but I think that I commend the coach for having the courage to step out and say, hey, look, let's have some class, y'all. And y'all need to chill. I mean, and that's my take on it as a coach.
Yeah.
And not only that, a coach is a leader of young men, and you kind of got to lead by example.
Right.
And I just feel like all of that kind of factors into that point.
Yeah,
So,
and especially in college, like, because the coach, that's his program entirely. You know, and the coaches take more ownership of the program, of the building, of the stadium itself, on the college and high school level than they do professionally. So that reflects a lot on the coach. So I get it. Pooh, what you say? What you think?
I mean, I feel as though if it's not just flat out utterly distasteful, I mean, it's war. And pretty much it's
No. We are not gonna go Kellen Winslow. We are not gonna go full out Kellen Winslow up in here. And you are not comparing a fucking basketball game to war. We are not doing
it's that. It's flat out war, and too many things are not sacred in war. You know, I mean, but like I said, if it's not utterly distasteful, like I remember the Cameron Crazies was heckling Stevie Francis, and they was talking about his mom that was deceased, and no one stopped that crowd.
Coach K did address it after the game.
After the game.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, but they didn't do it again. But I'm saying it got addressed, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it got addressed. Yeah. No, I'm not saying that's cool, but I mean that's utterly distasteful. But I'm just saying that as long as it's not like, I guess, on the cusp of that, I'm pretty much cool with it. I mean, that something like that, and the noose, and
so,
you know, other than that, I pretty much rock with it.
So is you gonna have like you remember when we was like in elementary school where like you got too loud in the lunchroom and they had like a red, a green, yellow, and red light?
Yeah. So, I know what you're talking about.
So when somebody, who's gonna be who's gonna say when it gets utterly distasteful? Is the red light gonna come on when it becomes utterly distasteful? And then who determines that?
I guess the coach, just like he did the other day. He got on the mic. I guess it was distasteful, so he shut it down. So it's subjective, like, because in this stadium it may be utterly distasteful. In that stadium, but another one, another one they may let it go. I mean, that's true though. They may let it go in another joint. But I doubt it because it's been highlighted so in this matter. So, you know, they'll probably address it all, you know, in most stadiums.
Yeah, well, to me, that was a bit lightweight. There is shit that crosses the line, but telling the dude he ugly to make him hit free throw.
That's lightweight.
That's lightweight to me. So
that's lightweight.
But yeah, I've seen
when you come to Allen University, when we was there, shit, you liable to hear anything.
Yeah.
Students liable to tell you anything to your face. You come up here and you go to Barber Scotia and Johnson C. Smith. Them students liable to tell you anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
Like I remember once. This was my freshman year. When I was at USC, and we played at Kentucky, and back then Kentucky was terrible. Like they was worse than South Carolina. And my academic advisor, she was the academic advisor for her and her husband were advisors, and for the football team, and they were heavy drinkers. They cussed like they was just crazy people, even their kids. So we walking into the stadium,
wow,
and like their son couldn't be no more than 10. The players that was redshirting, so we were traveling. It was a away game. I didn't dress for that game, and so the Kentucky team walked by, and he talking all kind of shit to the players, just giving it to them. The players are laughing because it's this kid, but one of their fans, this white lady, and the kid was white too, but this white lady, she's like, she said, "Will somebody tell this kid to shut the hell up?" And the kid was just like, "Sorry ass Kentucky, if y'all that good, where the hell your banners at?" And and the chick said, she's like, "Somebody teach this kid how to talk. You don't end the sentence in a preposition." And the kid said, "Oh, my bad. Where your banners at, bitch?"
Wow. Wow.
Yo. And everybody cracked up. Like even like the Kentucky players that stopped and listened to this back and forth was cracking up. And my whole point is this. Like at the end of the day, like Money said, it's all entertainment and people take this shit too seriously. But yeah, that shit was lightweight, but like occasionally, like in that moment, you will get a true gem of a story to tell. And that was one of the funniest shit I ever heard in my life. And this kid said, oh, in that case, where your banners at, bitch? That's the funniest shit I've heard. But yeah, man, you are ugly. That's lightweight. You gotta go
lightweight.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to deal with you are ugly.
Yeah. All right. So
hell, you might be ugly.
Yeah. And everybody thinks somebody ugly. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No doubt.
So,
no doubt.
You let that shit roll off. Make your free throws. Play D, kid. Get back. So, yeah. I don't know. Money, you wanted us to talk about this bullshit here. Because I can't, man. So there's a pastor in South Africa who, of course, on film, has some dude in a casket with his mouth wide open, faking dead, and big congregation around him, and he's apparently a famous pastor in South Africa, and he put his hands on dude and essentially resurrected him from the dead. And the dude jumps up, leans up in the casket, mouth still wide open. It's women in the crowd passing out, crying, and Jesus this and Jesus that, because this dude and rose up in his cat. Like, come on, man. Like, and then so the pastor eventually apologizes, a bullshit apology like we usually get from most people who do stupid shit. So he apologizes because he says that he never meant to make people believe that the guy was resurrected or that he resurrected the guy, because when they brought the guy to the funeral home, he was already awake. I don't even get that apology. Like,
what?
Money. This? What the hell make you think I want your Jesus? If this is what he gonna bring to me, man, I don't want your Jesus if he gonna bring me this pastor. What are you talking about? What is this guy? What are you talking about?
So let me tell you something about the modern age.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause if you would have did this 25 years ago, nobody would have known about it, and it just would have been like, oh, okay, this dude, and so those people would have been affected by it. But this joint went viral. That's how I saw it.
Yeah.
Now this joint has millions and millions of views. It's crazy. And like it's made like American media news. Like I saw it on CNN and John Oliver on HBO. Like it was like, oh man, like this is crazy. So I just think in today's world, even if you out there, you out there pulling stunts like that, the whole world liable to see it. And there are some like deeply devout Christians in the world. And I just think, you can't play with people's, you can't play with people's religion like that, man. Like, it was like, obviously they wanted people to think that they had resurrected dude, and, people in the background were screaming, hooping and hollering and passing out and yelling and, the hallelujahs and the praise Jesus and all. I mean, it was the full show.
Right.
And, this just, I don't know, man. I just thought it was funny that it's 2019 and people still think they can get away with this bullshit. And
Pooh, do they do this at your church on Sunday?
Nah, bro. I don't know anyone that can do that. Not nobody down here walking. I ain't even with that.
Oh man.
I would have been walking out like, yo, this is tasteless.
Yeah. Yosh, what would you do if you went to church on Sunday and somebody did, like the preacher did thing?
You know me. I'm going to start this off with a little story. Now, I have nothing against anybody's faith. Nothing at all. But I went to I was at a church, and I went to this church for about 3 weeks in a row. Now, I have a thing about going to churches where they fall out.
Right.
I just got a thing about it. Like, I'm like, I got questions. I got too many questions. The questions are, 1, why do the same people fall out? 2, why do I never fall out? 3, why does the preacher never fall out? I got too many questions. So, but I don't want to, you don't want to rain on nobody parade. So you kind of don't really touch it. You kind of just leave it alone.
I got a story about that after you too, Yosh.
So I'm at this church, and this young lady, they dancing and everything else. And another question I have is, why they only fall out during the praise and worship? They never fall out during the sermon. I just got a bunch of questions. But anyway, that apparently is too over my head. I'm not divine enough to have the answers. But anyway, so I'm standing behind this lady that I know. She's a young girl. She's probably in her late 20s. I'm not going to say her name, but, everybody's enjoying the music, and she falls out. So she falls out. She starts seizing, kind of.
Oh, cool.
And I kind of back up because I'm like, yo, she about to, like, somebody need to put a spoon in the mouth or something. Like, I don't know what's going on. But then I think about it, and I'm like, all right, well, she done fell out. I literally watch her best friend look at her on the floor and then fall out. Right? On the opposite side of the aisle. Maybe about a minute to 2 minutes later, they are both side by side, both of them seasoned, and somebody goes and gets a blanket and puts it over the both of them. My question was, 1, how did you get from that side of the aisle to the other side of the aisle after you fell out? Like, because I was in so much amazement. Like, when I see that, like, I go to the bathroom because I'm extremely uncomfortable at that point. Because I think for me, it's an instant laugh moment. It's an instant moment where I kind of giggle. So I don't want to disrespect anybody's faith, so I usually go to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom for like I swear it must have been a minute to 2 seconds. I come back in and they are side by side with a blanket over them on my side. So like, I'm like, damn, I can't even go stand no place else. Like I got to stand here because this was my seat. And it's just like, I don't know. I don't know if it was a setup, if the man was alive when he got in the casket. I don't know. I just think that it's so much to it.
You don't know if he was alive when he got in the casket. You don't know that?
Nah, I don't know if he was alive when he laid down in that casket and that man laid hands on him. Hey, yo, I'm gonna be honest. Like, you don't know what these people will go through to get people to pour money into their church, to get people to see them as prophets. Like, you don't know. Like, you just don't know.
Well,
so
I know he was alive, though.
Huh? What you said?
I know he was alive, though.
Hey, man. Hey, I didn't see him go in the casket alive. I didn't see that. I'm just saying.
Was you in South Africa last week?
That's what I'm saying. I wasn't in South Africa last week. But Magic City on Monday night, that might be a question. But I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, you know, so if I don't know, if I wasn't there, if I didn't hold, what is it saying? I didn't hold the light. So if I didn't hold the light, like, I don't know. So he might have got in there. And he might have thought he was dead. And he came back from the dead. But I don't know. He might have got in there alive. And he might have been talking to his homeboy. Hey, yo. When you tap me, I'm gonna pop about this bitch. Like, we don't know. Like, we don't know. All I know is it seemed fishy, and I don't believe it. But hey, you know, I don't want to be wrong, and then I get to the gates, and they be like, "You going to hell?" And I be like, "Damn, I'm sorry, Jesus, my bad. I didn't believe you gave that power to people. Like, I can't." So I'll play the middle. Hey, listen.
You in that line by yourself, bro.
If it's a lie, that preacher going to hell with gasoline draws on all day, every day.
Oh, he can fit it for him now.
You already know.
Right.
Hey, but I was attending this church once. And I'm like you also, Yosh. Like, I'm not a big proponent or fan of the hooping and hollering and the falling out and the speaking in tongues and all of that. Like, I just ain't with that, you know. So I was visiting this congregation, and I don't know what made, and it was prophet day, whatever. Like, they had a prophet visiting them. It just so happened that it was the day I went, and they had a prophet, and he was running around and prophesizing over people, and after he prophesied, I mean, people was in there going bananas and hooping and hollering, and then after he was done prophesizing, then the pastor got on the mic, and he was walking around, you know, and he was touching people, and people, you ever seen the pastor, he touch your forehead, and then everybody fall out?
Yeah.
So that's what he was doing in his congregation. He'd go to the mic and he'd say some stuff, and then he'd touch your forehead, and the people he was touching, they would just fall out.
Right.
And I don't know what made him look at me and decide he was gonna do this shit to me. Man, this joker came over, he said a few words, such and such and such and such, and you about to feel the power and whatever, and that joker touched my forehead, and I just stood there.
Man, what you doing?
And he ain't moved on. This nigga kept talking. Some stuff. He touched my forehead again, and I just stood there. This nigga tried to push me down. Like I could feel he actually was trying to force the palm of his hand against my forehead to force me to the floor. And I was like, yo, nigga, what is you doing? Like, I don't want to fall down. Like, so, you know, he kind of said some stuff about I must not be receiving the spirit or whatever. And I was like, man, you know,
you're a stubborn soul. That's what you are.
Like, yeah, like I receive the spirit as well as anybody, but I don't that's not how I receive or the spirit moves me to make me want to fall down. And it's just not. So I that's the aspect of that stuff that I'm not, I have my doubts about. I'm not saying that, that God doesn't have any power or anything like that. I'm just saying it's tough for me to believe that power is manifested through humans and that they can just kind of do that on demand. That's like, I think that stuff is far-fetched to me. It's like a fairy tale. And, and I've had my experiences with them trying to get me to do that. And I think the few times it's happened to me, because it's happened like 3 times, I think I'm kind of embarrassed to do, the pastor like every time. But I mean, only like Yo said, do that shit to the same people. Do that shit to the people with it. You come up to them, you touch their forehead, they're gonna fall down. That's for the show.
Or set up. Yeah. Get you a roster beforehand. Like, people to go to. Don't come to no random person.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if I come to visit at the church, you come pushing me on the forehead, or I might lay hands on you.
That's a fact, Jack.
Yeah.
But, so I just was like, whatever, and kept it moving. But, yeah, man, real life experiences, man. Some of these people, man, sheesh.
Well, shout out to the congregation, because funny stuff going on in churches, man. But I don't know. On some listener questions, because I'm tired of talking about fake prophets. But I'm about to put y'all on the spot. Well, I ain't putting y'all on the spot. Jerry is from Baltimore, about to put y'all on the spot. So Jerry is from Baltimore, wants to know, outside of your Defy Life co-host, who is your favorite host or co-host on the entire Defy Life podcast network to listen to? Who's your favorite? And it's just us and a few hundred people listening, so you can, don't worry about, stepping on no toes.
Start?
Yeah.
You want to start with me though?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I want to hear you piss some of your Defy Life record off. Except for one of them.
I thought it'd say other than Defy Life. Read the question again.
Other than your host and other than your co-host on the Defy Life podcast, who is your favorite host or co-host to listen to on the entire Defy Life podcast network?
On the network, favorite host other than us. I probably would say...
Leave it to V's. It's probably him if you let him tell it.
I mean, V's my guy, but V's my guy. I like to hear V's talk, but I probably would say... I probably would say Landon Kim.
Which one?
Oh, man. What if I'm talking?
I'm waiting on that. Listen,
I'm not doing that because you let them play the battleground as a team, as a tandem. So I'm taking them as a tandem.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, that ain't fair.
Yours be quiet.
That ain't fair. I'm about to text them. I'm about to text them right now. Pooh can't pick one of you as his favorite.
Pooh don't like neither one of y'all.
Pooh don't like neither one of y'all.
Yeah.
Oh,
just like having 2 quarterbacks, huh?
No doubt.
Yeah.
That means you don't have any. Yeah, I see.
Wow. Now I would say Kim might be offended. Lynn won't because she don't know what a quarterback is. Quarterback is a refund to her.
Oh man. Yosh, who outside of your brethren on this show, who's your favorite host or co-host in the entire network?
Like, I thought about this intently, and it was between Be Easy from the DJ Blaze radio show, Brother Kemet. Yo, listen, Be Easy is hilarious. Yo, Be Easy is hilarious. That's a funny dude. I don't know if y'all heard the last episode.
Twice. When
he started talking about Courtney. Zebra, the fact that she don't like zebra cakes and Little Debbie snacks. Yo, that shit. If you haven't heard it, go listen to it. But
I'm not that far. I'm still like 3 episodes behind on them. So,
bruh, they are funny, and they just added a new personality to it. And I mean, that new girl got a lot of energy. She wasn't on the last show, but they are very informative, funny, like intellectually funny dude. It's just crazy. So it is between Be Easy, Brother Kemet from Black Gumbo, because he gives you so much information in a short period of time.
Yeah.
That it is crazy. That last episode about weeping time in Savannah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever heard that. I don't know if you ever paid attention to that story, but it's dope.
Yo, I got a love-hate relationship with that show, right?
With Brother Kemet?
Yeah, because I love the show, but I always come out feeling ashamed of my damn self for not knowing that.
Because yo, you don't never know. Like, he tell you some shit, and you be like, God, like, I got mad at Abraham Lincoln, and he dead.
Right.
Like I was, after that episode, I was pissed off with him. Really, he said he was supposed to have freed the slaves, but shit, he didn't. But anyway, listen to the show. It's dope. And then CL Butler from Relationship Status. If you haven't heard Relationship Status, CL is funny as crap.
It's a dope show.
Man, listen, CL is funny. Like CL said on the last episode, she just said, black men don't cheat.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I was in agreement. Black men don't cheat.
I mean, that's a fact.
He kept repeating that. That's a scientific fact. He was like, so Meek said something about, well, I had a black man cheater. He's like, well, he must have been 1/8 white. Or he must have been 1/17 Chinese. But 100% black men don't cheat. Or he was a boy. And so it was, like, between those 3, I would probably have to go with Be Easy. But those are probably my top 3 out of the shows that we have. And that's not discounting Lynn and Kim. But if you pick one of them, if I pick one of them, I'm gonna get jumped on like the next day. Like this drops Wednesday, and I promise you, tomorrow, Jay, when you drop the show, if I say one of them 2, if you drop it at 8, by 9, my phone gonna be blowing up. Whichever one I didn't pick. So I'm biased on that. I can't go Josh and Staley show because that's my show. And then I think I got to go with Be Easy, man. I think that they are. And Scott, they always make me interested in comic books. So we got a lot of dope shows on the network, but I think my favorite one would have to be Easy, because honestly, Be Easy don't give a fuck what he say. Like, he don't care.
At all.
He does not care, and it makes it enjoyable for me. So I got to go with Be Easy from the DJ Blaze radio show.
All right. Money, what say you? Who are you not pissing off tonight?
All right, let the kids see. Let the kids see, because I also thought about this. So we've grown a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it's because I love this character. I love this guy. And I really like the whole staff of the show, but I gotta give a shout out to Bullies in the building. I gotta give a shout out to Bullies in the building.
Wow, what's up? What's up?
To speak the truth, man. I joined that show late, so I don't really consider myself like a full host of that show. More so a guest, but man, I love the dynamic of everybody on that show. And special shout out to Rashawn on that show, Brandon on that show. But my favorite personality, my favorite host on Defy Life, man, I gotta agree with Yosh, man. I gotta go with Be Easy from the DJ Blaze radio show, man. that dude, man, he be having me in my office like in tears, laughing at him. Like ever since way back, ever since I heard him say he got Me Too'd.
Yeah.
Ever since that show, he been my favorite host. Man. That shit was hilarious.
When he talk about Bussy, man. Yo.
Yeah. Or even on their commercial when he said we're gonna talk about you and your wife having lesbian sex.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man, he's and I love our show.
Yeah.
I always, but I know what I was here, so I know what happened.
Right.
You know, so but I still find myself having like gut wrenching laughs at our show. One of my favorite shows all the time was the two Battleground comic shows where you just had every personality on the same show together, and it was so funny. It was so dope. Pooh, you hilarious too, dog. You had me crying, laughing on that show. But yeah, man, I gotta go. You know, taking all the bias out, I gotta go with. He's probably the person that I enjoy listening to the most outside of our show because I already know what we said on our show. Right. Because I never ever know what he's gonna say.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. At the risk of sounding like Kevin Colbert of the Pittsburgh Steelers, I look at all these shows and hosts as like my kids. I love all y'all equally, man. I don't know when and Pooh, you know, Pooh, you the only one. Shit, Pooh, you are the only one here now. Now that Keon's gone, it's me and you the only one that can remember when shit. It was just us.
It was just us. Yeah.
And so, like, man, like I'm about to get weepy and shit because I know y'all say like. I know. I mean, I know we always talk about how we're growing, and But I mean, for like even Al, for the first couple of weeks, it was just me, you, and Kia. So yeah, from the beginning, it was just us. So we talk about our growth and you know, and how far we've come in such a short period of time.
Right.
But to actually look at it from that standpoint, if Jarius would have asked us this question, you know, a year and a half ago, we wouldn't have had an answer because it was just us. So
and shout out to you, Jarius, for even knowing to ask that question. That lets us know we have more shows.
Yeah,
and one of the things that that we get better at, and we're getting better at, is like letting you guys know that we have other dope fire shows out there. On our platform, man. Please check them out. No matter what you do, no matter what you like, male, female, black, white, whatever, like we got something for you out there.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And I wanna shout out to Yosh for having the Midas ear.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. And I really want us next, Yosh. You listening? Well, I know you listening, but I think I get a lot of people asking about like health and fitness segments, like a health and fitness show about people that love being in the gym and working out and all of that.
I'm actually trying to recruit one of those shows now. I've been in talks via email with a show. I don't want to reveal the name,
right.
But kind of been in talks with about a podcast right now, a health and fitness podcast. And Go ahead, Jay.
And even outside of a full health and wellness, health and fitness show, we will kind of introduce some health and fitness experts in our health and wellness segments. So we will have some of that on this show, but yeah, it would be dope to have a full show like that. And we got some other stuff coming up, some other segments. I ain't even mentioned it to y'all yet, but we've got some dope shit lined up to add some more segments to this show. I don't know if y'all listened to the interview I did with Brad J. Brown from Brad J. Resumes. he's interested in doing a monthly segment with us, just giving, he's a resume writer, so giving just basically, a get a job segment. So just giving, taking questions that he's received or that we received, and just giving pointers on interviews and going over people's resumes and just giving tips on a monthly segment. So that's something we'll be introducing soon. As soon as I lock that in with Brad. So just another monthly segment. So another testament to our growth. But I can't honestly pick one, y'all. It's always funny to me. Lynn called me today and to try to go through their logo. Just trying to get information on their logo and stuff like that. And she was talking to somebody else in the background. She was at work. She was like, "Hold on, y'all, I gotta talk to my boss." And so she's the second person that's done that, right? Because Neek from Speak the Truth did that shit. And it's funny to me because I know they joking, but again, Pooh, when we first started off, it was just us and a fucking microphone and an idea. And to actually have people to joke with us and say, "What's up, boss man?" That kind of shit. Even though they're joking, because we definitely don't present it like boss employee kind of relationship. But for them to actually have a group of people and a family of people that look at us as, for one, they can joke with us like that, and two, that they can reach us at any time across this network is fucking powerful. So yeah, shout out to you, Jarius. I fucking love our listeners because, one, you knowing how to ask this question, and two, knowing how hard this question would be to answer. So this is why I always say I love our listeners. So Jarius, shout out to you, Be Easy, because apparently, you are your favorite podcaster's favorite podcaster here on the network. Because everybody love Be Easy. And shout out to Courtney because she got to put up with that nigga.
Yeah, definitely. That wasn't. Yeah, I love Courtney too. Like she feeds off of that, and that nigga crazy. So
yeah, and shout out to Brittany because Brittany got to listen to Be Easy.
Yeah,
with Courtney. So, salute to you, Brittany. You got to put up with that shit from the outside. Good God. Oh man.
Yeah, it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people that know who Brittany are because of Be Easy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or who Brittany is. My bad. Who Brittany is.
Wow. Yeah, hell of a question, Jerry.
Yo, if you listen to the last show, Brittany actually almost got on the show.
Yeah, I was waiting. I was like, yo, please get on the mic, Brittany.
Yo, what's your number? And Brittany damn near got right. On the show. So, I mean, they funny. They are funny. They are funny.
Yeah, and it's funny you mentioned that, Yosh, because Cherie from Kernersville, I actually know Cherie. She hit me up. She texted me and was like, "Yo, I want to get a question in because I've listened." She actually chose these two questions because there's obviously people who are listening to the entire network. So she actually referenced Beezy and Courtney's last show, the DJ Blaze show, and she actually referenced relationship status last show by asking this question: is it ever okay to ask your partner's body count?
I heard that on the last show, relationship status.
Yes. And so she said, yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. And,
what you about to say, Money? What you about to say?
I'm disappointed in you, sir.
How you disappointed in me? What did I say? I didn't say anything.
You was like, it's never okay to ask.
It's never okay to ask.
So that's what I was told. So we already know because we heard you on relationship status, Joe. So it is never okay to ask. Right?
Nah, you're never happy with the answer.
All right.
No matter what the answer is, you're not okay. Like Jay, question. I don't know if you and your wife did this in the courting period, but were you interested in her body count?
Hell no.
Exactly my damn point.
Because my thought around it is this. My thought around it is this. At some point, whether it's 1 or whether it's 100, everybody's chick done been somebody's slut. You know what I'm saying? So we already know that going in. Like some nigga done slutted out in a curious period of growing up. Like we've all done it to somebody else's shit. So I don't want to know the number. So whether it's 1 or whether it's 100, I don't even want to know. I know that, you've had experiences before me. Let's just leave it at that and move on. Because like you said, I ain't going to be happy with the answer anyway.
And I'm lying about my number anyway. So if you ask me,
exactly, right?
I'm lying through my teeth.
Yeah, and maybe not even intentionally.
No, I'm lying intentionally. Like my number is 5.
Oh, yeah.
5.
Yeah, I know you like.
And I'm a born again virgin.
Oh yeah.
So
I know you like. For one, your number's too round. That's 5 is such a round, nice number.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Well, you got bodies if you got 5.
3. 3. My number is 3.
There you go.
No, I can't go with 3. I can't go with 3. So it's got to be 6. I can't go with 3. It's 6. 6 is the number, and I'm a born again virgin.
My number is 4.6.
Like since yesterday.
My number is 4.6.
I've been rocking with 3 since I've been like 11. 3.
That's because you and Keita been together that long. You like 11.
Hey, Pooh. Hey, Pooh.
Why you just say I can't recollect?
Hey, Pooh. Hey, Pooh. I can't
3 sound good.
I can't resist this inside joke right now.
Well,
you know, you can dance. And
and I can dance.
And I can dance.
Hey, y'all stupid. So why don't we dance together? Like lying down dancing. Wow.
Hey, while my boy bowling, why can't we dance together?
Yeah, crazy.
I couldn't resist that one. My bad.
Right.
So
yeah, that was wild.
So money. What instance would it be okay then to want to know that?
Man, in my younger days, I fucking asked. I don't ask anymore because I guess I'm not interested in that. But I remember a time when shit I asked. Yeah, hey, what? Hey, who? How many? 4.
You hoe.
I used to ask though. Because my biggest fear. Okay, and then once again, when I was younger, but my biggest fear was getting with the girl or taking the girl home that like. Poor already know. my biggest fear in life was like taking the girl home that everybody gonna smash. Like
that's you? Yeah, that's you?
But this is my question to that. My follow up to that is, you could still end up with that chick, and not even know.
No, that's why I used to ask. Because
I'm saying, even if you ask, you wouldn't know. She ain't gonna be honest with you anyway. They lie like we lie.
She gonna say 3.
Yeah.
Oh, so that goes back to the point on the show of relationship status. You gotta do at that point. You gotta do your homework. You gotta do a light
research that bit. Yeah.
Oh wow, though.
So I mean, he said he do it even today. So okay. Maybe he don't.
Why are you researching?
Maybe he don't ask, but he want to know.
Hey, I didn't say I researched.
I know.
CL said.
No, Jost didn't say he do no like background. Jost was like, fuck, why? Like, why?
Like why? Like I don't give a shit about your past. That's why the windshield bigger than the rear view. Period. Like shit.
the shit, man. At the end of the day, to me, the shit is like sausage. Like I just like how the shit tastes. I don't want to know what's in the shit. Yeah. Oh. I don't want to know what all goes in it. You know, I just want to know it tastes good when I put it on the grill. You know what I'm saying? So all the process and the background.
I said when I was younger. You know, that was super. That was super important to me.
But according to you, you still younger. You like 10 years younger than all. Yeah,
you're right. Yeah, but you're right. Hey, right. Jay. Touche.
Yes. But you know that was on this show, right? You know you just said.
Hey, that's correct. But even though I'm 10 years younger than y'all, I'm still old. I'm still older than I was then. You know, back when it was important to me. To know your body count. Yeah, I'm legal now. So, but yeah, boy, I used to have to know that body count. Or because even if you threw some random number out there like 4 or 5, I could in my mind I could kind of estimate what you really meant.
But here's my question, and this is the same thing I said on relationship status. Like what does it matter? Like no matter what the body count is, like going forward, what does it really matter? Like. Because if I was to sit down, I think I sat down one point when I was in college. I was at Allen. I think I was a freshman at Allen, and I had did my body count, and it was kind of just for high school. I kind of felt bad when I said the number, and everybody in the room was like, "Shit," and I was like, "What? Y'all niggas wasn't on that shit?" Like I didn't think it was that much. But, you know, I think that whatever your past is, like you grow out of that stuff. There's a lot of things that, especially for guys, I think there's stereotypes and different things and pressures that's put on young men to have to perform the act that causes their number to spike a little bit higher than women. And then there's these overall things that we think about women, whereas if their number is a certain number, we can't fuck with them. You know, it's just, I think your past is just your past. Yeah. Now, if going forward, you still got a dick in your mouth, like shit, right. that ain't mine. Yeah. Oh shit, that's when we got a problem. But for the most part, you know, I think that if we're going forward and the past is the past, man, the numbers don't even matter. And I think anybody who wants to have that conversation got insecurity issues. Like I think they're insecure.
Yeah, absolutely. And
I disagree with that.
I do disagree. But what does it matter? Like, what is the past number? What is the past number? What does it matter? Like, that's the question. What does it matter?
I don't know. No. That's not what I'm disagreeing with. I do disagree with what does the past number matter? At least that's where I am in my life. Like the past number doesn't matter. But what does, like, having the conversation about the past does matter. I mean, it's a lot of stuff out here, man. It is important.
But you can get that from one person now.
That's true.
No, there's a lot of stuff. I'm just saying there's a lot. Yeah. But I mean, if you want to talk about, but here's my thing. If that's
y'all cut me off, let me finish.
Go ahead, Money, and then I'll ask my question. Go ahead.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
I don't think it's childish to want to have the discussion about past relationships and maybe like because just in dating chicks, I'm
gonna cut you off. I'm gonna cut you off for a second because nobody said it was childish. Who said it was insecure?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I
said insecure.
So that's what I'm disagreeing with. I don't think that just having just wanting to have the conversation is immature. I actually think it's very. I think it's very mature.
He didn't know. He never said. He's never said anything about maturity either. He said insecurity.
Let me finish.
But you're not addressing the question though.
Okay.
I'm cutting you off for purposes because
I don't think that it's insecure. I don't think it's insecure for multiple reasons.
All right.
Okay. Starting with number one.
There's
number one, not
number A.
I didn't say the alphabet. I said number one.
Number A or letter one. Which one you want to go with?
It's same shit. Same shit. I'm about to make multiple points. Is what I'm saying.
Multiple points. There we go. I'm with you.
Well, if you do the alphabet, you only got 26 options. So we're giving you the numbers so you can.
Well, I don't have that many points. I just have a few. The first is like the sheer validity of being able to have a conversation about your past is powerful. I don't think in every situation does that question show a sign of insecureness. You guys could just be having, like, the longer you with somebody, the more conversations you have about the past, like blah 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 blah, and like over time you like, oh shit, like, so I've actually said this to a woman that I've been dating. We dating for a while, and it was like, oh yeah, well, me and such and such, and then like me and such and such, and then it was like over time, it was like, oh damn, shit, you fuck that nigga too, like over time, like when you keep hearing such and such, like, so for me, I actually don't want like mad inexperienced, like, cause that shit boring, like, if you inexperienced and you don't know how to be pleased, or you don't know how to please a man, or you don't know how to communicate about, sex and the things that you kind of like, that to me, that's where the maturity and the maturity and the insecurity is eliminated, because these are the ways that this is what I like. What do you like? Are we both comfortable having that discussion? Like, it kind of melts away those lines in the sand where you can actually have a serious conversation about somebody that you're with about the past, and it'll help you get to the future. I don't think it's always just something that we just avoid. That's what I'm saying.
Well, let me say this, and to kind of, I guess, to add on. See, my thing my point is totally about the body count, and right. I think that the body count it has little to do with your past. And I think that if you're talking about going forward, if you want to talk about past relationships, that's different than talking about your body count. Because I done had a whole lot of body count that ain't got shit to do with a relationship. And if you want to talk about your relationships in that sense of a body count, that's different, and that's where I understand what you're saying, Money. But if we're talking about strictly body count, I don't think that is relevant outside of a sense of, and this is the point I was trying to make earlier, if you're saying, well, the body count determines, sexually transmitted diseases and this and the third, shoot, it's simple. You and her, or if it's a female, you and him, or if you new age and on the same side of the fence, her and her and him, I don't want to leave nobody out. Or you and a dog, whatever it is you like.
Or them and them, or yeah.
Them and them, whatever. Y'all can go on down to the place, and y'all could all get tested at the same time, and your results will come in, and this way the body count, it still renders the body count irrelevant, because either you have something or you don't. Whether you've been with 2 people, or you've been with 150, or you've been with 300, it doesn't matter. I believe, because I think over time, to your point, Money, we mature, because I'm not the same person I was in college. And in college, I wasn't the same person I was in high school. Oh, hopefully not. Definitely. The same person I was in college, that dude was ruthless. Like, I ain't give a shit about shit. But at the end of the day, like, I'm not the same. Like, I think we evolve over time. And so if I'm going to be judged on my past, on a number, like, then I think that she's immature. I would honestly believe she's immature, and it's definitely somebody I don't need to be with. So I think that the numbers irrelevant. If you want to talk relationships, we could talk that. If you want to talk past relationships, we could definitely talk that. But as far as a number is concerned, because no matter what, I'm going to lie to you. I'm going to lie to you about a number.
Oh, I'm going to lie to you.
Like, whatever it is, I'm a minus 200 and divide by 5.
If you ask, I'm a lie.
No,
damn, old boy's lying about that.
No, if you ask him, he's not gonna tell you. It's not your business. It's not my business. It's not my business what your number is. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I get the whole, having relationships about the conversations about past relationships and your past in general. That's different to me than just come out and asking somebody, how many people you fuck. Like, to me, that ain't none of my business.
And then Be Easy done brought up a bunch of points. Mm-hmm. Like, are you going to count everybody that gave you head? Or are you going to count everybody that then gave you a hand job? Or are you going to count, it's just so much shit like that goes into that you like, how much are you going to hold? Like, does penetration count? Or is it just, what is it that
some people are so strict that kissing counts. Like, it's so subjective, first of all, that, and then, dude, and that's why I agree with Yosh when he says it's insecure, because if any one of those numbers matters to you in your current relationship, that's just insecurity.
Yeah. So if the number was 722, it wouldn't matter.
Nope.
You know why it won't matter? Because I'm not gonna fucking ask.
That's not what I asked you.
You're not getting what I'm saying though. It ain't gonna matter because I ain't gonna know. I don't want to.
You ain't gonna know, right?
Because, but here's the thing.
You know how I do. You know how I don't know. You know how I don't know. You know how You know how I don't know if I'm a Sergio Garcia fan. Or I don't know that I'm a Phil Mickelson fan because I don't fucking watch golf to find out. I don't even know who a fan is. So it don't matter.
Twist it up. Twist it up a little bit. Boom.
When they lose, it don't matter.
Twist it up a little bit. Boom. You cleaning up the house. You'll be vacuuming. The house dirty. You cleaning up.
Damn, what is that? What? Is he listening to music? Like what the? Because that ain't Defy Life Radio.
Right.
You listening to music. You cleaning up. You vacuuming. You go to move the bookshelf, and then boom, a book fall off the bookshelf, and the shit say my body count. And it just opened up to, it just happened to fall open. Now you ain't snooping. It just so happened to fall open to the page with the body count number on it, and the number is 782. That shit don't matter.
What I'm saying is,
you know
like
why
yesterday.
That shit don't matter? You know why that shit don't matter? Because I don't fucking clean up the house. That's why I got a fucking wife. No. That's why I got a fucking wife who I don't care about her body count, because she'll clean up the fucking house. Because if I cared about her body count, I'd be bitching at her so much about her body count. She wouldn't even fucking clean up. So I don't fucking clean up. She does that shit.
You know why that don't matter?
If she's stupid enough to have her body count book on the bookshelf, I don't need the bitch anyway.
Why does she have a body count book?
Yeah, I fucks with that, Jay.
I'm just like that. There's just crazy. Like I just can't.
Pooh. You find Keita body count book and it say 800.
Yo,
giving everybody white body count books.
And this,
I already know the name of this episode.
And this say 812. You good? You just gonna roll over and go to sleep?
I mean, I'm gonna be totally ashamed, but I mean, I'm
why
out
you gonna
there
be
now.
ashamed, Pooh?
Yeah.
I'm out there now.
Pooh, you're 813 after 15 years. What it matter?
And the big question I want to know though, I want to know the answer to is why Keita body count gotta be up higher than everybody else's though.
Hey, I'm just throwing.
You went from 700 and why Keita gotta be higher?
Hey,
why Pooh gotta be extra mad?
We got a homeboy. That if his girl body count was that high, that motherfucker jump off a building. That nigga, I'ma kill myself.
Oh God. Shit, it ain't got to be that high. It ain't even got to be. That's what I'm about to say. It can be 8. And we got
homeboys with body counts. They shit say 9. They jumping off a building.
Yeah.
Too many bodies.
Too many bodies.
Yeah, that's stupid, man.
Oh, y'all crazy as fuck.
hey, but all jokes to the side, I'm not asking that either, man. I don't know.
So, Pooh, you don't know Keita body count?
No.
Hey, man, go in the room, tap on the shoulder. Hey, Keita. Hey, Keita. What's your body count?
Matter of fact, y'all know Keita a fool, so Keita liable to say something about 200. 200.
Yeah, if she hey, listen, hold. If she'll kick me out of picture, I know she'll tell you some fool shit.
Yeah, she'll tell some bullshit. Just see what he say.
This ain't that type of picture.
But according to money, just go look on the bookshelf. Shit probably in there.
Yeah, probably in that notebook.
Yeah, go look in the bookshelf. It's on there. Go clean up the house right now, Pooh. You gonna find
in the front of the book. It just got body bag.
Body bag. Yeah, you got a body bag on it.
The notebook might be in a body bag.
It might be
body bag.
It's body bag. He put your body bag inside a body bag.
Dude, hey, people are zipped up.
Yeah. The notebook got a zipper on it. Yeah.
Hey, fellas, if you listen to this show and it's a bookshelf in your house, it's a bookshelf on the it's a bookshelf on there called Zip 'em Up.
Right. And the moral of the whole story is anyway, fellas, just don't fucking clean up the house.
Don't act.
Don't act.
Fellas, women, like nobody, don't ask, because at the end of the day, like my philosophy on it is completely irrelevant. That person is with you.
Right.
Well, okay. Before we move on, let me just ask y'all this. Because I know we've been knowing each other for 20 years. So when's the last time you were actually asked that question?
Yesterday. No, I'm just bullshitting.
My wife asked me that before, and I refused to fucking answer the question.
Oh, so you've been asked?
Yeah, I've been asked.
Did she give you her number?
No, because I didn't fucking ask. I told her I don't want to know. I was not having that conversation.
She hit you with the. Well, my number is no. I don't want to know.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna tell you.
I literally put my fingers in my ears and was like, la 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 la. I did not want to. I was like, I'm not having this conversation with you, bitch. I am going to the bar somewhere. It's a game on somewhere.
And I was asked a few years ago, and of course I said what is that? What it really is? 3.
And Biggie's your favorite, right?
Pooh, you know what your answer? Pooh, you know what your answer should have been?
What is that, brother?
1, baby, because no other body counted before you.
Exactly. Because when I looked into your eyes.
Because when I looked into your eyes,
I knew. I could dance and you could dance.
And I had my last body.
Oh man.
Yo, crazy man.
Oh man, nah. We all need a fucking disclaimer on this one. But yeah, I mean, my wife asked me a couple years ago.
Who asked this question?
Damn, and I'm gonna give her the business too. Cherie from Kernersville, North Carolina.
It's a her.
Yeah, it's a her.
Of course.
And you know her, Jay?
Yeah.
I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is she cute?
Body count? I thought you about to ask her what's her body count, but you.
Is she cute? If she's cute, we're not gonna ask her body count. If she's not, we're gonna ask her body count.
She is cute, and
ooh. And all right now.
And her husband make me look like Gary Coleman. So that's
hey,
all
listen.
I'm
Let me say this. Your husband ain't gotta know.
Oh God. Yo, play your shit, please. Play your shit, please.
Didn't Yo just say that back then I ain't give a shit about shit? Now, I'm trying to tell her that her husband is Zeus, and you still.
Well, let me say this, Jay. When I just sang that song to her, was that not in the past? That was in the past, right? I have changed in the last 2 minutes.
You trying to die?
I have changed in 2 minutes.
Yo, some
nigga, you about to die.
You about to die. Oh,
hey,
man.
He gotta find me first.
What that disclaimer at?
But she can find me at Coach
Go ahead.
_17 on Instagram. Go ahead and inbox me, baby. I'm a rating.
Hey, yo, go ahead and play that disclaimer, man. Go ahead and play that disclaimer.
It's too late.
I didn't say anything wrong. I didn't say anything wrong.
True that.
I'm single out here in these streets.
Oh man. Well,
I mean, you may not be, but I don't care.
Shout out to Cherie.
Yeah, shout out, man.
Shouts out, Cherie.
Yeah, I love you, but I ain't trying to die twice behind your words.
When the last time you was asked that question, Yosh?
It's been a minute. Like last time I was asked that question, it's been a minute. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've been asked that question. I just don't believe. I try to. I'm not saying I'm trying to avoid that question, but I just don't see, because usually it starts an argument if you don't answer.
Right.
And if you answer the question, then it gives you that. Like if I lie, then I'm lying. If I tell the truth, then I get the side eye. Like goddamn, yeah, you know.
Yeah,
so
tell the truth, you lying.
Like no matter what, like there's no right way to answer that question. So I try to avoid the conversation. I just try to go. And I wouldn't say I avoid the conversation, but I definitely I change the tracks the train is on when the question arises. So, you know, I try to hit it with the Jedi mind trick. These are not the droids you're looking for. Oh, these are not the droids you're looking for. Like,
so let me ask y'all this, and if we carry on too long, fuck the NFL. We gotta talk about that. So, because to me that's the equivalent of, you know, going through somebody's cell phone, because you're gonna find some shit that you don't want to find, right? Y'all ever went through your girl phone? Anybody?
Hell no. Hell no.
Never to this day have I went through a woman's phone.
You ever had it done? You ever had it done to you?
Every relationship I've ever been in.
Right.
Yo, listen. Whatever you looking for, you will find.
Right.
And that is a certified fact. If you are in a relationship where you feel like you have to look through that person's phone,
it's there.
Whatever it is you looking for, you will find. Right. Whether it's there or not. Like, it could not be there. It could just be a friend talking about some random shit, but you so damn hell-bent on finding some shit that it's going to be whatever it is, you going to find it now. Like, that is for real.
Every girl I ever been with been through my phone.
So do you keep a passcode on your phone?
I keep a passcode on my phone now because I work on medical software and it's like a HIPAA violation. But so now everything I have has to be password protected. But my last relationship, I mean, she knew what the code was. She kind of went through my phone whenever she wanted, but you know, back before the security got super sophisticated, you know, you get in the shower and she going through your phone and all your messages and like, and y'all like, I wasn't no cheating ass nigga, but I wasn't always the most faithful dude in the world either. You know, so, you know, warranted or not, but most of the time the shit that, you know, the person I was with, they found was some bullshit. It was just like that might have been like the innocent. The text or the message that she saw, that one was actually the innocent one. Like, it wasn't like no chick I was fucking with or nothing like that. But, you know, yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, like, whatever you go looking for, you're gonna find. Whatever question you ask, you're not gonna like the answer you get. Right. But I mean, you know, I feel like Jay, what you said? Her name is Cherie?
Yeah.
Cherie asked this question for problems.
Cherie asked questions because she's a loyal listener to our network show.
Yeah, I know, but I'm gonna give her a little bit of this, Cherie. I'm just saying, Cherie.
Oh, you know. Shit. Yo, you know what happens when you sing the shit, man.
Hey, I know what happens when I sing. I ain't gonna sing. Okay. I'm gonna let Drew Hill do it for me. You know, if you're beautiful, Cherie.
This nigga playing
beauty. You know what I'm saying? If you're beautiful, Cherie, you know, info@godeflylife.com.
Hit us up.
Jay will give you my personal phone number.
I can only hope.
And you already know what time it is.
Please play the disclaimer.
Only hope. I truly hope her husband don't listen to these shows with her. Hopefully he listens.
Nah, you know what, Jado? She might have the type of, because I'm the type of dude, when I'm with you and you think my lady look good, I'm actually with the shit. Like, damn thing, I appreciate the compliment, bro. Like,
yeah, but you ain't Hercules. I'm willing to take that chance with you.
Hey, let me say this.
I don't know how he gonna react, and if it's the wrong way, I'm fucked.
Hey, I don't know. No, but Jay, like, you know, he don't. I mean, you know, I'm here. I'm here for you, Sheree.
Oh God!
If he's an insecure man, I am here for you, Sheree. If he's an insecure man, I'm letting you know I'm secure in myself, and I am here for you every day of the week. And we don't have to know everybody's body count, because the only body count that matters is one, yours and mine.
Maybe she asked her husband the body count. She ain't like the answer.
Hey, listen. I got the right answer for her. One. You. It's the only body count that matters.
Oh, shit. Yo. Defy life, baby.
Oh my God.
Oh, AJ, you know I'm gonna get a text tomorrow. I'm not listening to the show no more.
Oh man. I already know. Shit, I might get a text tomorrow.
Hey, I might get one too.
Oh shit.
Oh man.
Did we mention we got a spring line coming with the Defy Life gear, y'all? Did we tell you that? Did we tell you how dope it is? Did we tell you that shit?
Dope.
Did we tell you how much we've grown? Did we tell you how about tell them about the Patreon page, man? Something else. Oh man. Jesus.
Sheree, I'm here for you, baby.
God, stop it.
And he's still playing Beauty in the background.
He's still playing Beauty. Oh man. Yo, y'all crazy, but this is reminds me. So I'm sitting here the other night doing some work on the on the spring line stuff, right? And it was probably about midnight, and this was Saturday night. And Jason, our loyal listener, who won the Defy Life Trivia Battleground, shout out to Jason. Jason called me, and it took me 0.3 seconds to realize this nigga's drunk as fuck, right? So first of all, he like pointing out particulars from episodes, 10 episodes back, like he love y'all. So Jason, shout out to Jason, because Jay is our top listener. He always, texting me, calling me, cracking up on certain points of the show. So he drunk as fuck. But Jason is like, man, if anybody ever out, man, I want a guest on the show. And he was, and Jason, he's guested on Taking Me from Marvel and DC, and he's done the Battleground stuff. So Jay's good on shows. But he made a valid point. It'll be interesting to have him on. He was like, y'all all East Coast. He's like, it'd be interesting to have a different perspective from somebody on from the West Coast. Jay's from Oakland. And so he was like, so special shout out to you, Yosh. Jay was like, yo, I love hearing y'all's different perspectives on shit, but Yosh's perspective always gets me. He's like, to this day, Yosh has made me think differently about paying college athletes. So shout out to Jay for being such a thorough listener and for giving Yosh shout outs for some positive shit Yosh actually said.
I appreciate that, Jake. My man Jay, man. I understand. My man Jay, man. They're trying to deter me from the love of my life, Sheree. But Jay, man.
Damn, it didn't work.
Jay, you can come on the show anytime, my brother. We are here for you all day, every day.
I'm pulling out all
and twice on Sunday. Nah, man. Jay, I appreciate it, man. I think I'm on I have 3 podcasts. Well, I'm on have two podcasts, and I'm on this podcast, and I think this is probably the only podcast that kind of allows me to fully be myself. And I mean, I enjoy it. If you listen to the Staley and English show, I have a lot more reserved because we're talking to kids and parents, and other coaches that respect me. And then on the relationship status podcast, I have to CL and Neek, they censor me. They done told me I can't say certain curse words. So, but Jay done told me, man, yo, be who you are.
Damn right.
And this Defy Life.
Man.
This is I am out here defying motherfucking life.
And contrary to popular belief among some of our fellow podcasters, we are the flagship.
Yeah.
Yes,
So-
we are the flag.
So V's is a text today, yo. But I think we the flagship of Defy Life now. I was like, what? Who? What the fuck you talking about? He's like, take a knee. I was like, according to who? He was like, I guess from what Scott tell me. I was like, man, I said to myself I wasn't gonna drug test nobody on the network. But it seems like I made a big mistake.
But now, man, I really, really like. I think this has been like being a part of Defy Life and my position in the company and actually being able to get out here and do this podcast networking thing, man, has been like a joy to me. So I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys for giving me the opportunity. And it's dope. But at the end of the day, Cherie, I'm here for you, baby.
Oh shit!
I found out you was fine. Now, mind you, I am not deterring the two listeners from last week that gave us their questions. They were well worded questions, and like I told you before, if you're cute, like Jay said, you're more than welcome to join the show. Info at GoDefyLife.com to join the conversation. To join me. Hit them up. You can join me anytime.
Oh boy.
Wine and Henny on deck.
You sure you ain't had no Henny, dog?
No.
Not tonight.
Go back to it.
This the wine that you had?
The wine.
Yo, this is the wine version. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something crazy.
Oh, you haven't already told us something crazy?
Right.
No, I haven't even had one glass of wine yet. I haven't even had one glass yet. I think I need to go pour one. It might calm me down.
You drank straight out the bottle?
No. Jay, I have not drank it right out the bottom. But I'm about to go pour me a glass.
Is it the bag wine? You drinking it straight out the bag or something?
No, my name is not Keith. Yo, I don't know. You remember Keith Money?
Of course, yo. I seen Keith at a Hornets game. Me and my ex, and this dude was like, I don't fuck with you, and I was like, what you mean you don't fuck with me? We was like amongst best friends in school. He was like, yeah, man, but you made me lose my job, and I was like, what? I made you lose your job? And he was like, yo, you had me. And what did he say? He said, yo, you had me. You told I had to call out, and you told me you was gonna work for me, and instead of working with me, you was with some chick all day, and I got fired for no call, no show because you ain't cover my shift, and like I was like, dude, you been mad about that shit for 15 years.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you a funny story about Keith real quick.
They got a job.
Yo, me and Keith was housemates my senior year, and we got drunk one night. Keith had his box wine because Keith used to drink the box wine. Keith would come on with a big ass. And I had some hen, and for some odd reason, when I get drunk and I'm up, I just want to boil eggs. So I went to boil some eggs, and
what the fuck? Where is this story going?
Because I was hungry. I went to boil some eggs. We playing Madden. I done fell, and you know how when you in the house with a lot of people, we done it before. Everybody's on the same franchise, so it was his game. I'm so drunk, I done dozed off. I put the eggs on the boil. I done dozed off. I fucked around and wake up, and from my room, I look down the hallway, and it's a bunch of orange shit coming from the damn kitchen. So I said, Joe Keith. He said, what? Because he drunk, his box of wine empty. I said, Joe Keith, you see that orange shit in the kitchen? He looked, he said, yeah. And he kept playing the game. I said, what the fuck is that? He said, I don't know. So I walked down the damn hallway. He put the game on pause. He walked down behind me. And we both we in the doorway looking at the kitchen. The whole fucking stove on fire. Wow. The goddamn cabinets is on fire. So I look at him. I said, shit, we got to put the fire out. We need to get some water. Now we drunk as shit. So Keith say, well, we can't get no water. I said, why? He said, because the oil in the back of the stove on fire. You can't put water on the oil. Right. I said, well, shit. I said, we need some flour. He said, we can't get the flour. The flour on the cabinet.
Flour in the cabinet.
So the next thing you know, that shit catch on the sink, and that shit about to come out the doorway. So we back up. Issues out the doorway, and we both look at each other like, mind you, we have not left this house yet, and we got 2 other housemates. Keith said, I think we need to go. And he's so calm. I said, you might be right. So we go out the door, and we standing outside. Mind you, we have not told our other 2 housemates. One of them has to come down the stairs where the fire is, and her room is over the fire. So smoke is coming out the damn window. She peeks her head out the window. Keith goes and stands. Keith had a piece of shit car. He goes and stands on his car, tells her to jump. Jump, I'll catch you. She said, I'm not jumping. I said, Keith, you drunk as shit, man. You ain't gonna catch her. He said, no, I'll catch her. Man, that girl jumped. That girl hit the top of that car so fucking hard. So I'm standing outside. I called my frat brother BJ and Kenny. I said, yo, BJ, man, my house on fire. Man, Yosh, man, stop lying. I said, yo, seriously, my house on fire. Man, Yosh, man, it's too late for this shit, man. I said, BJ, my house is on fire. Keith is in the background. The house is on fire. The house is on fire. And I said, don't you hear the fire trucks? And I put the phone up to the air, and you can hear the fire trucks coming. At the end of it all, Keith is still drunk off the box wine. I'm drunk off the hen, and we just watching that bitch burn to the ground. Wow. And I'm like, shit. Over some damn boiled eggs because I was drunk. Now, mind you, until this moment, I have never. Only person that knew that I was boiling them eggs is Keith.
Right. Yeah, I never knew that.
Only other person that knew I was boiling eggs was Keith.
And Keith still think it's money fault.
And I want to tell my lady, the love of my life right now from this episode, whatever her name. What's her name again? Shanice, whatever. What's her name?
Lisa.
Huh?
Lisa.
That's not her name. Hercules' wife. Hercules' wife. It was not my fault, and I would never boil eggs in our house once we get it.
Oh Lord!
and I refuse to drink box wine. So, anyway, Jay, are we going on to NFL tonight, or are we so far?
Do we even need to?
Yeah. We will. I will ask this last question. We won't talk NFL. We'll ask an NBA question. All right. Before we get to trivia. But before we do that, Pooh, are you still here?
Man, Pooh sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, get out of here,
Pooh.
That's you snoring again, man.
Pooh ain't want to be a part of the conversation at all.
Nah, he got out of that quick.
He all the way checked out.
Man.
I was listening. That's all.
He wasn't even laughing. He wasn't even laughing at your crazy ass.
I was laughing. I was just on mute.
Hey, Pooh over there asking Keto what her body count is.
Nah.
He looking for that book.
He in there looking for that book. Yeah. He looking for that book.
Man.
Money said it's a book. Where it's at.
Yeah, he looking for the body bag.
You know, where the hell that book at, Keith?
Keto, where that book at? Where that book at?
What book, Thomas? You know what book I'm talking about. That book in the body bag.
Hey, Keita, I know you can dance. Where that book at?
I ain't trying to dance with you tonight, Thomas.
Never.
You and your box wine.
Oh man.
Man.
After you got asked a couple years ago, and you said 3, you ain't asking in return, and you just kept it moving.
Oh no, I didn't say a word. I let it go.
True that.
Nah.
Pooh wiped his forehead like, oh shit, she believed that shit. Walked off.
Man, I got ridiculed so much about that answer. Yeah, but yeah.
Hey, real quick. I ain't even gonna go there. I was about to say some shit. Let me just leave that alone. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Well, I'm gonna tell everybody listening right now. If I ever get asked that question, whatever come out my mouth, it's gonna be a lie.
Oh, I believe that. Like, it's gonna be a lie. Like, that's my answer.
Better be.
I can't tell you the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Oh shit!
That's straight up what I'm gonna tell her. I'm gonna yell it in her face too.
We spent an hour and a half talking about your question. What was her name? We spent a long time talking about her question.
Yeah. So shout out to Jerry's Shuri. This is again why we love our listeners. Two very
we love you, Shuri. We love you,
Shuri.
Yeah. Yosh loves the ladies, man.
Oh boy. But yeah, if anybody want to ask a question or have anything addressed on the Defy Life podcast, please hit us
or just get my phone number
at Go Defy Life. Do not call Yosh. Or you can email us at info@godefylife.com. And continue listening to all the shows on the network. We are highly appreciative. Thanks, you guys. But we'll be right back with some quick NBA talk and get to some trivia after these messages from the Defy Life Network.
Yes, Brandon.
Hey, yo, Jay hit me up, man. He said we got to record a commercial, yo.
A commercial about what?
About the show. We got to tell what we be talking about and shit.
Oh, Lord. Oh, we talk about everything.
Yeah, so we got to.
What you gonna say?
I don't know. I say some shit like we talk about news and gossip and politics and black lives shit and white shenanigans and shit. And how you and your wife be having lesbian sex.
Right, because they need to know that part.
Yeah, they do need to know that part. But what else I need to tell them?
I mean, the name of the show at this point, you done said everything else.
Oh yeah, that too.
This is the DJ Blaze Radio Show podcast.
Welcome back to episode 97 of the Defy Life podcast. This is J.R. Glimpf. Again, with me, Thomas Stevens, Yusuf English, Gerald Hedrick. We left off. Yosh was professing his love for one of our fellow faithful listeners. Hopefully he forgot about it by now. I hope I didn't remind him. But we'll get to some NBA talk. Really quick question before we get to trivia.
I've been watching you.
God, no. Oh shit, that caught me off guard. Oh man.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Y'all gonna kick me off the show one of these days. So go ahead. I'm on timeout. I'm gonna mute myself. I'm on timeout.
Knew I shouldn't have gave you Keon's office. Oh man. So with NBA season winding down, which player / coach is under the most pressure down the stretch? Money.
Man.
And by the way, y'all check out This Week in NBA. Money's recurring series on GoDefyLife.com. Really good read. So y'all check that out. That's why I asked you first.
Appreciate it. As you know from my article, man, I'm gonna really dig into it this week coming Sunday, man. I really think it's LeBron James. I've been seeing the memes like creeping up, and I've been seeing, not just from Lakers fans, but just from basketball fans. I wish I was on the show tonight, man, because I really wanted to get his perspective on this. But man, I really think I'm hearing whispers, man. I think that remember when we were kind of joking about it, the silent kind of Kobe fans. They Laker fans, but they also like Kobe fans. Like now they starting to creep into the ears of the of actual Laker fans, man. I think it's going to be LeBron under the most pressure, man. I think it's a foregone. I don't want to say a foregone conclusion, but the Warriors have a lot of talent. I mean, they have a lot of talent. So I think they're going to win the finals. I think everyone else is playing for second place, but there are a bunch of little, sub stories and subplots that are kind of right below that. And one of the most interesting ones is can LeBron get the Lakers to the playoffs? And for whatever reason, man, if it doesn't happen, I just think it's a lot of pressure on Magic Johnson, because he put that pressure on himself, and LeBron James, man. I think the buck stops there, man. I think that's going to be the most intriguing story going down the stretch.
Gotcha. Cool. Who has the most pressure going down the stretch in NBA?
Man, it's I kind of want to share that title to the old Batman and Robin, and with the self-proclaimed King James and Kyrie Irving. I definitely want to say Bron with everything that's happened out there in LA with the injury and just leave myself and Luke here and get me AD and that'll handle the rest. And with Kyrie and the Celtics, man, sometimes they look good, sometimes they look bad. I mean, it seems like they should look better, and then they got it handed to them, the other night against the Rockets. So I'm gonna go with those two guys.
All right, Yosh, what say you?
I was listening to First Take maybe about last week, and they said that the number one, they said the most influential player in the NBA right now is Anthony Davis. They say he's the only player to affect 3 franchises. Wow. The Lakers, in the sense of the other players that are on the Lakers that the Lakers were willing to give up, no longer want to play. They don't have that fire, zeal, and desire to play because they know they were on the trading block. The New Orleans, because he's pretty much holding them hostage right now because they're going to keep him just because, and the Boston Celtics because they know that some pieces are going to be moved to try to get AD at the end of the season. And what is being said is that Danny Ainge called the GM over at New Orleans and said, hey, hold off on the LA trade because in the offseason we can offer you a better trade. And he can come here, we'll give you some better pieces than LA can give you. So they're saying AD has kind of affected all 3 organizations. And I think that in all of that, the person with the most pressure on them, I think, is AD. And I say that because he right now is the centerpiece. And no matter where he goes, it's going to be like right now, if he performs up to par, or if he doesn't, is he worth all the brouhaha? If he ends up going to the Lakers in the offseason, he ends up going to Boston. But right now, I guess that kind of doesn't answer the question. I kind of think that doesn't answer the question.
Yeah,
hold on. God dog, can I finish my question? Can I finish my answer?
I'm about to eat your ass up, but go ahead.
Let me finish.
All right, finish.
Thank you. I think that the person with the most pressure on him is Kyrie because LeBron kind of really wasn't expected to win now. Kyrie was expected to do whatever because he was coming back from injury with Gordon Hayward, with what they already had that went to the Eastern Conference Finals, and those two were supposed to take them over the hump. If you look at the roster, they have the most talented roster with the most amount of experience outside of the Golden State Warriors. So you would assume that inserting Kyrie and Gordon Hayward into that lineup would make sense, that they would make it over that hump and make it to the finals. Well, kind of not that serious because Kyrie is a ball stopper. The offense is not going to run correctly with him on the floor. There's no fluidity to it. It's going to be him with the ball, dribble. Either he's going to score, or at the end of all these 15, 20 dribbles, it's going to be a pass with 2-3 seconds on the shot clock. If he's off the floor, the numbers are better because that team plays better when he's off the floor. Gordon Hayward, I think, is an overpaid player that was a nostalgic pickup for Brad Stevens. So, I think that the most pressure, I think, is on Kyrie because Boston is the team most set up to beat the Golden State Warriors, and they're just not living up to par. I don't think most people – I think they expected LeBron to make the playoffs, but I don't think they expected him to make a run in the playoffs. So with the roster as it was constructed, and I don't believe that they thought that they would make any moves. The roster as constructed, making a run.
Nobody was expecting them to make a championship run.
Nobody said they're going to make a championship.
Going into the season, that's all you heard. We can beat the Warriors.
No, it's not. It's not. From who, Money?
Pooh, can I get some backup on that? Going into the season.
From who?
No, I'm asking you from who?
From who?
I'm not talking about from you, fool. I'm just saying.
I ain't talking about from us. I'm asking from who. I didn't hear anybody saying. I heard the exact opposite. That's why I'm asking. I know that's a real question. From who? I want to know who said that.
Yeah, because I didn't hear that at all. I heard that if they made the playoffs, it would be as a 7 or 8, possibly, maybe a 6, and they wouldn't be able to come up. They might make it out the first round, but it wasn't nothing after that they was really going to be able to make it through.
All I heard was that they're not looking for a championship run in year 1.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I'm gonna pull some articles for you. I'm gonna pull some articles for you.
Okay.
Because I disagree with your assessment in several places. I didn't even know where to start.
Okay,
first of all, I'm gonna tell you like I tell Alvin Glenn. I don't care what your personal feelings are. We ain't gonna flat out lie on the show. Ain't nobody said that shit.
I'm gonna pull. No, I'm not. I'm gonna pull some articles for you. I recall several articles of
saying that they were going to make a championship run.
That the Lakers feel like they could beat. The Lakers feel like they could beat the Warriors.
Yeah, no, hold on. The Lakers. Listen to what you're saying, Money. The Lakers feel like that's them saying.
These are the reports. People are reporting this. What do you mean?
But what are the pundits saying? Like, what are the pundits saying?
Okay.
Your statement.
Did you hear anybody say that?
I don't.
Honestly, I didn't, because when they were in the fourth, third, or fourth seed. No, because I didn't hear when they were at the point where they were in the third or fourth seed. They were saying that they had exceeded all expectations at that point.
Right. Exactly.
And then Bron went down. Then the ceiling fell. So, but money, you my dog, but I didn't hear that one.
I'm gonna do some digging because
I'm not saying, but Money, I'm not saying what you're saying might be true. What you just said
the Lakers feel that.
The Lakers feel that. Now, listen.
Anybody. That.
Yeah, shit. When it's 0, when your record is 0-0, everybody feels like they got a shot. And I feel like when you have LeBron James on your roster, you feel like you had a shot. Shit, if I'm playing with LeBron James right now, I'm as old as I am with no knees and messed up shoulders, I feel like I got a shot. But that's me being confident in me, in the ability that I'm playing with LeBron and these other dudes. But the pundits, the people, the analysts, I heard 0 analysts that thought that they had a chance. I heard a couple of analysts that said 8 to 6 was where they were going to fall. And that was if they made the playoffs. And if they made the playoffs. Now,
everything you pull up now going to be about right now, but I'm going to go back and do some digging.
That's fine. I mean, it could be what they feel. I'm not talking about what they feel. I'm talking about what people said about factual, like what they said they felt about the team. Not the Lakers felt about their team, not players on the Lakers felt about their team, not insiders felt about their team, but what others felt about that team with the roster as constructed. And to be honest, I don't even think the Lakers believe that shit, because if they really believed that shit, they wouldn't have been trying to get AD. Not as hard as it was.
I mean, you always try to get AD if AD's available.
Apparently that shit didn't work out. They offered them everything they possibly could, and they didn't take the deal.
They weren't supposed to.
They wasn't supposed to take the deal.
That wasn't a good deal for the Pelicans.
No, I don't believe it was. I don't believe there's no deal right for the Pelicans. But they need to take a deal
You're not going to get equal value back for a player like Anthony.
They're not going to get equal value because at the end of the day, he's gone. So you got to get whatever you can get.
They're not trying to get equal value, but they're looking to at least still be competitive. And I think there are a few teams going into this offseason that can make them a better offer than what the Lakers were doing.
Going back to my point about what Boston said. Boston got the most pieces that they can deal.
And honestly, Boston's biggest pieces are draft capital. Because if you look at, if we're being honest right now, and I know how much you love Jason Tatum, Brandon Ingram is playing much better than Jason Tatum at this point. And if we're looking at just those young talents that they can get from either team, I think it may be a wash right now when you see what Brandon Ingram is able to do right now, that LeBron's not fully healthy and he's able to put, to be a number one scoring option on that team, as opposed to kind of the regression that we've seen from Jason Tatum. I don't think it's that big of a stretch between those two players 1-to-1. I think the biggest thing that Boston has to offer is draft capital. But I still can't get past the point where folks were saying the Lakers are gonna win the championship. I ain't heard that shit.
I'm not. I'm saying they were saying the Lakers can compete with the Warriors.
Ain't nobody said that, money.
On what planet?
Ain't nobody said that.
Space Jam. They were
saying shit in L.A.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
we ain't talking about delusional. Like Cowboys fans think they're gonna win the Super Bowl every year. That ain't people saying legitimate that the Cowboys gonna have a chance to win the Super Bowl. We talking about are you saying that fans and Lakers were saying, oh, we can compete with the Warriors? Or are you saying
people around the Lakers organization?
That's different.
But that's biased. That's a biased statement, though. That's biased statement.
Yes. Or are you talking about
I'm talking about respected people. Okay, I'm a Hornets fan. I hate everybody else. I don't come out and make ridiculous statements about the Hornets we're going to be the best team in the league.
You may not, but there are some out there who, there are Detroit Lions fans who think, they ain't all of them, but there's some that think we got a chance to win the Super Bowl every year. As ridiculous as it seems. So we ain't talking about delusional people or people connected to the organization.
Those aren't the fans that I'm talking about. I'm talking about there were serious people who's writing and shit that I respect. I was like, we actually we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be able to compete with this team, that team. And
do you know? But
I'll have to go back and find
money. Do you hear what you're saying? Money. Do you hear what you're saying though? I know you know what you're saying because you're probably one of the most intellectual people I know. But in trying to make this argument, you keep saying we or the Lakers feel that this and so forth. Yeah, if I'm a Laker, if I'm in that organization, if I'm someone around that organization, affiliated with that organization, I am not going to go out and say, the Warriors are going to blow our doors off. We're not going to be able to beat Portland. We probably can't compete with Utah. We're not going to be able to. We're not going to be able to beat Houston. I'm not going out and saying that. Right now, as it's they probably fall out of the playoffs.
Yeah, they do. But I'm pretty sure, I'm sure, the people you're talking about, I'm sure it wasn't Chris Broussard or David Aldridge, not those kind of people who are unbiased national writers for the NBA, not Lakers affiliated writers or people within the organization. That's different. So that's what I'm trying to. Are you talking about those kind of people, or
I'm primarily talking about those type of people. I'm primarily talking about those type of writers, writers from
the LA Times writers.
Yeah, writers that actually cover the Lakers locally.
Oh yes,
that's what I'm saying.
They do. Those are homers. But you're saying that's the equivalent of Ed Bouchette saying the Steelers are gonna he's a Steelers beat writer. Lakers beat writers are gonna write like that. That's their job. Until shit falls apart and then they rip them. There's no in between. You get what I'm saying?
I respect. I understand. But I'm just saying that I've read multiple shits out there. That's all I'm saying.
Well, first of all, no. First of all, you said but then you said, and this is you said that's all we heard. When folks said that ain't all we heard.
No. Well, if I said that's all we heard,
But what I'm saying, if I said that's all we heard, with no dog in the fight, people with no dog in the fight were not saying the Lakers were going to win a championship.
No, I wasn't saying it. No, I don't have a dog in the fight. But if I said that's all we heard, then I'll correct myself because that's not. I meant there were people out there that were saying that. People out there there were people out there that were making the case for that, for them to have that type of a season.
Oh, I still want them case files, though.
Yeah, especially after they started kind of hot.
I still want them case files, though. I want that body back in that notebook, son.
No doubt.
I want them. I want data. So I want to know these people you're talking about. But yeah, I would have to agree with because for that reason, I don't think anybody expected in year one for the Lakers to compete with a championship, especially since they didn't get a second superstar. I would have to say Kyrie, since he is the leader of that Boston team, and because they came in with championship aspirations, they haven't lived up to those, and like Yo said, they performed a lot better without him on the floor. And it's getting to the point now where people are saying maybe it's best for the Celtics and Kyrie to have a divorce and for him to move on. And I think he's at a critical point in his career where if things don't tighten up in Boston, he could leave Boston headed to possibly New York as now being seen as a guy who can't lead a team to a championship and is a lot of sizzle but no steak. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. I think that New York is going to have to sign KD first before Kyrie. I think if they sign Kyrie, they don't get KD.
I can see that.
I don't think KD will be able to play with Kyrie. I just don't see it. And I think if they sign KD, they're not going to try to sign Kyrie. They might try to make it work, but I don't see it working long term. So they're going to have to go after one or the other because, like, KD's not going to be able to play with Kyrie. Point blank, period.
Man, KD angry playing with Steph and Clay. Like, imagine how angry he'd be playing with.
Those are that's damn near two of the most passive guys.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he angry with that in that situation. Imagine how angry he gonna be playing with Kyrie every night, getting the ball with 3 seconds left on the shot clock. He will be pissed every night.
Every single night. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know. Or Kyrie would have to change his game completely.
And that's not happening either.
Yeah, so I think there's some good free agents out there. Yeah. Like, as a Knicks fan, I honestly don't think I want Kyrie.
Yeah.
Not how he is. Not this Kyrie. But
I would. You might as well grow with the kid. You might as well let Dennis Smith Jr. be a point guard of the future.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I would ride with Dennis Smith Jr. Sign KD, sign a couple of other pieces to play with him because it's not a bad free agent class this year.
Right.
And not if you're talking about if you get KD and bring in some other pieces to go with Dennis Smith Jr. I think it's not a bad and a Knox kid. Like I feel like it's a good core. It's a good young core.
Some dudes are just better at being really good Robins.
Yeah,
okay with
everybody
that.
Ain't got to be Batman.
Right.
Everybody don't have to be Batman.
Right.
And I think that's what KD is looking for, a team where he can become Batman. And I think that if New York can give him that, and I think New York is probably one of the few teams that can give him that,
right?
He'll be fine. Like he'll be fine right there.
True.
Well, Dwight Howard's coming off in D.C. and so Otto Porter's gone. I think the Wizards may make a hometown run at KD.
Yeah, Dwight Howard been at the wrong clubs, like so.
No, I just mean his salary coming off the books.
Yeah. No, I know, but aren't they still gonna have Bradley Beal and John Wall?
Yeah, but they'll have since they move Otto Porter, they might have enough room for one more.
KD ain't gonna be able to play with John Wall.
Yeah, I can see that too.
KD's not gonna be able to play with John Wall. Not in the position he's in where he doesn't have to play with somebody else. I have rings, I have money. All I want is this bread and a chance to continue and to have my own team where I could. No, there's no team he's been on that he said that he could say is his team. No matter what they say.
What's wrong with John Wall though?
No, John Wall and Bradley Beal can't play together.
Yeah, just style of play. Yeah,
style of play. John Wall is the equivalent of Kyrie, not the equivalent in talent level, but they play similar games.
No, John Wall is. I mean, he's still a little erratic, but he doesn't shoot anywhere near as much as Kyrie.
No, I mean, shit. I mean, the only person.
And I don't think Kyrie's ever averaged more than 6 assists a game. John Wall's consistently averaged 8, 9, 10 assists a game.
Yeah, but
he moves the. He's not a boss, so he moves the ball all the time.
Here's the thing, though. John Wall wants the shots. He's got to get his shots. Period. He's got to get his shots. And Bradley Beal has got.
Bradley Beal got to get his shots.
And Bradley Beal has got to get shots.
John Wall don't have to get shots.
And they're not going to move Bradley Beal.
No, they're not. But today's NBA taught us that you kind of need 3 guys. Like I don't see.
But okay, so you mean to tell me
saying I can't play with Wall?
If you're Durant, who are you playing? Wall and Beal, or Knox and Dennis Smith Jr.?
Wall and Beal.
Nah. Wall and Beal got egos already. I'm not going into that situation. Not when I want the team to be mine. I'm going into their team already. Knox and Smith are still becoming that. Like I go there and bring in another star, maybe not a superstar, but somebody else who understands this is my team. This is what we do. It's me. And
she's still gonna struggle with that team. I think if you take
in the East, that shit ain't that hard now. In the East, it ain't that hard.
Yeah, if you just drop, I mean, I'm sure they'll make another couple of changes, but I can't.
Yeah, they make some more moves. Right.
So if you just take Durant and drop him on that Knicks team, they're still a bad team.
Hold on. If you drop him and put him on that Washington team, they're good. They're not that much better. They're not that much better than the Knicks.
They're not going to be good.
Not that much better than the Knicks.
They're not going to be Milwaukee. They're not going to be, Toronto. They're not. So,
but shit, Toronto ain't going to be the same team next year because Kawhi is out.
We'll see. Like we don't know that.
No, Kawhi's out.
We don't know that.
Toronto's not going to be able to hold on to Kawhi.
We'll see. We don't know that.
You're right. I mean,
yeah, Kawhi's got a year left on his contract. It's a player option, so we'll see.
It's gonna be fun.
He could opt in. I mean, we never know.
True. All right, y'all ready for some trivia?
Of course.
Yeah. Who got trivia?
I got trivia. Because Al backed out. He wasn't here tonight. He dealing with some janky Wi-Fi in Savannah right now. That's what we call the weeping times. Al's Wi-Fi in Savannah. So, since he put me on the spot really quickly to come up with something, I just went old school. So, only one category tonight.
But Bible, baby. Oh, true.
You are exactly wrong. All right. Get this list pulled up. So I have a list in front of me.
Pull you awake?
Yeah, I'm here.
You know, he was looking into Keita's eyes.
I have a list of the top 25 foreign-born NBA players.
Oh shit.
Top 25 scorers of NBA players not born in the United States.
Wow. Right? In NBA history or like right now?
NBA history.
Oh shit, Jay.
So
all right.
What we will do is round robin style. If you give me a name from the list, you get 1 point. If you give me the country they were born in, you get double points. Fair enough?
Yep.
All right. All right. So just because Al won last week, and he was supposed to host, so he can't go first. So Money, you first. Yoshi second. Pooh, you third. All right. So again, top 25 foreign-born scorers in NBA history. Money, give me one name off this list.
Tony Parker from France.
Tony Parker is correct, but Tony Parker was not born in France. He was born in Belgium.
Oh.
All right.
It's almost the same place.
Almost the same, right. Yeah.
I can't get half credit.
Nah, he wasn't born on the border. This ain't no Carowinds kind of thing. He was born in Belgium.
True that.
Yosh, give me one name off the list.
How about Manu Ginobili?
Manu Ginobili. Oh, and by the way, Tony Parker has a career 18,522 points, still active. Manu Ginobili, yes, is on the list. 13,467 points, still active.
Argentina.
From Argentina, you are right. 2 points for Yosh. All right, Pooh, give me one name off the list.
Let me go with Dirk, Germany, right?
Dirk, the highest scoring all foreign-born player, 30,260 points, still active, and yes, from Germany. 2 points for Pooh. All right, Money, back on you.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
Hakeem Olajuwon. You know where he was born?
Africa.
Country, sir.
South Africa.
Incorrect. Correct. He was born in. He's from Nigeria, actually.
That was only my second guess.
All right. All right, Yosh, back on you.
I'm about to go with my island brethren, Patrick Ewing from Jamaica.
Patrick Ewing from Jamaica, yes. 2 more points from Yosh. All right, Pooh.
Dude, I don't know anybody else.
Y'all can kick yourself. Y'all don't know.
For real?
Yeah. Man, yeah.
Oh, man. Let me go with, no, this guy not on there. Oh, let me go with Peja Stojakovic.
Peja Stojakovic, yes. 13,647 points. You know where he was born?
Peja is from, I don't know, the UK?
All right. Peja is from Croatia.
I was going to say Ukraine.
Yeah.
All right. Money, back on you. Money has 2 points. Yosh has 4. Who has 3?
Foreign born. Shit. I know it's a lot of dudes on this list. Let me go with. Shit. Damn, why does dude's name keep popping in my head? I know he ain't one.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Tony Kukoc.
After the buzzer.
Oh, is he actually on the list?
But I'll give it to you. Tony Kukoc.
He's on the list?
It's 25th.
Wow.
Yeah, 9,810 points. Do you know where Tony Kukoc was born?
Czech Republic or some shit?
Tony Kukoc is from Croatia as well.
Croatia.
Croatia.
Them boys trying to prove a point in the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
Scott and Mike.
Got into him, too. What? All right. Yosh, back on you.
My Spanish brother from Spain, Pau Gasol.
Pau Gasol, yes, from Spain. 2 points for Yosh. All right. Pooh, back on you.
Man, if he done jumped out there with Pau, I'm gonna have to try Mark. He's been in here for a while. He's been putting in work for about 8 years. What Mark got? You know that?
Marc Gasol is not on the list.
What? I can't drop buckets on top of buckets.
That's lasted for 10 years. I thought he dropped more buckets than 20.
Nah, but I mean, if you think about it, Mark really only had a peak of about 5 years.
I thought he'd been good for about 8 years. But yeah, I guess.
For as long as Zebo was there.
Zebo.
Well, I'm out. That's what y'all saying?
Yeah, you out.
Sure.
Some of these gonna surprise y'all though, and some of them y'all gonna kick yourself still. Some of these dudes I didn't know was born outside of the country. This is a good one. All right, Money.
Wasn't Kobe born in France or some shit?
That's a good question. Kobe was actually born in the U.S. He's
Philly, isn't it?
He wasn't. He was born in the U.S. His dad played ball overseas, so they moved overseas. He was born in the U.S.
Oh.
Yosh for the win.
This one gotta be on here, and I gotta go way back in the time.
Man, just say the damn.
Man.
My man Detlef Schrempf.
Detlef Schrempf, yes.
What? Yeah, I forgot about
Detlef, man. Come on, man. You got to use your 90s, baby.
Detlef Schrempf.
Yoshi takes it. Yeah, so Yoshi take it with 7. Pool of Money tied at 3. Y'all want to break the tie, or y'all good with tie for second?
Nah,
it don't matter. All right. Some of these names are pretty interesting. So you number 1 on that list, you guys got Dirk. You got Akeem Olajuwon. Third on that list is Dominique Wilkins, born in France.
Yo, I was gonna throw this name out there too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you one, and I don't know if he's on the list, but my kids had to do a report on. My students had to do a report on their idol, and one of my kids did it on Kyrie Irving. I didn't know he was born in Australia, and I don't know if he made the list, but
he's not on there yet. Nope, Kyrie's not on here. Got Patrick Ewing, got Pau Gasol, got Tony Parker. Another name from back in the day, Rolando Blackman.
Rolando Blackman. I didn't know where he was from. But yeah.
From Panama. Right.
Ooh, I should have known that.
Another name, y'all gonna kick yourself. Steve Nash.
South Africa.
Born in South Africa, exactly. Raised in Canada. Another one, Yoshi, probably gonna kick yourself, but you won it. Don't matter, so you can stop kicking.
Tim Duncan.
Kiki Vandeweghe.
Kiki Vandeweghe.
All right. Yeah, Kiki Vandeweghe. Next, Detlef Schrempf. Next, Carlos Boozer. I knew Carlos Boozer was raised in Alaska, but didn't know he was born in Germany. You got Peja Stojakovic. You got Manu Ginobili. Can't believe y'all didn't get this one. Vlade Divac. Nobody got Vlade.
Oh man,
I think that was gonna be my next one after Detlef.
Pooh, I can't believe you didn't get this one. Got Luol Deng. Can't believe Pooh, you didn't get that one. Next, can't believe we didn't get this one. Got to go back a little bit to the 90s, but Rick Smits.
Everybody
remember the Flying
Dutchman. Out of the Netherlands.
That's right, the Flying Dutchman. Got to get Rick. Can't believe y'all didn't get this one. We just finished talking about his son. But Michael Thompson, former L.A. Laker, born in the Bahamas. Yosh. Can't believe you didn't get the next one. Dikembe Mutombo.
Jean-Jacques Oluwaseun Mutombo.
Right. Born in the Democratic Republic of Congo.
The Congo.
Right. Next one, Pooh, can't believe you didn't get this one. Ben Gordon, born in the UK.
Gordon.
Wow.
All right. Another name from a 90s flashback. Hedo Turkoglu.
Hedo Turkoglu.
Yeah.
Another name.
And he really ain't just from the 90s either. Turkoglu played ball.
Yeah, he did.
Turkoglu played ball for a minute now.
Yeah, he did.
Him and Rashard Lewis.
Yeah, in Orlando.
Down in Orlando.
Yeah.
All right. Next name. We don't have to go too far back for this one, but Zydrunas Ilgauskas.
Ilgauskas.
Yeah.
What about Yao Ming? Is he on there?
Yao's not on the list. I mean, he's played forever.
Ilgauskas? Yeah.
Yeah, he's played forever.
Yeah.
I mean,
we was about to give up. We was about to give up all this and all that for him when he was in Cleveland.
All right. Next on the list, still active, Nene Hilario from Brazil. Nene. Who's Nene playing with the Rockets now?
Oh, you know what?
Yeah, he playing with the Rockets now.
When you get to it, I know when you're going to name. Unless you already named it. But go ahead.
Next on the list is Ronnie Cycli, former Miami Heat, Syracuse Orangeman from Lebanon.
Forgot about him.
And last on the list, well, Tony Kukoc is last, but next to last on the list is the only name I'm not familiar with, is Tom Masheri, born in China.
No clue.
All right. But who were you thinking, Yosh?
I thought you might have already said it, and I wasn't paying attention. But Dominique Wilkins.
Yeah, Dominique's third on the list. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
I don't know where he was from, but
yeah, Dominique's from France. Like how crazy is it that Dominique's born in France and they named her Dominique, then their family moved to Macon, Georgia, and they named their little brother Gerald.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, oh, we in France? Name the nigga Dominique. Are we in Georgia? Name him Gerald.
Where's Ben from again?
UK.
UK?
England.
All right.
Yeah.
So, pretty interesting names.
Ben scored a lot of points for y'all, Pooh.
He did. Ben got buckets.
Yeah. All right. So, all right. Congrats, Yosh. You are tonight's champion. What you got for me for your parting shot, sir?
Are we ready? All I gotta say is, to all the ladies out there, as one of the few single men on the Defy Life podcast, we would like to say that at any point that you want to reach us, or me, not us, me, email me or email us at info@godefylife.com. Leave your number and just say, hey, Jay, pass that to Yosh. Pass the rock to Yosh, Jay. Pass the rock to Yosh.
Oh, God. Well, passing the rock to you, Money. What you got for me?
Yo, I don't get Cupid, huh? I got. Yo, I don't even know how to follow that. I don't even know how to follow that up, yo. Right. Oh man, we definitely gonna have to do a dating podcast. We're gonna have to do a dating podcast.
Hey man, y'all boys could always join me on the Relationship Status podcast at any point, man.
Yeah, but that's more so. I'm talking about strictly for just dating,
Oh, yo, I'm with you, Money. Let's do this.
No, we're gonna have to do one of those. Yo, hey, it's been another 2 for Tuesdays. Y'all already know what I'm gonna say, man. Hey, it's so refreshing. These are my guys, yo. We appreciate y'all supporting us, listening to us every week. Tell your family, tell your friends about us. All it takes, man, is for y'all to just tell one person, hey, check out this podcast. I'm actually so shocked at how many people prefer podcasts over radio, over music, over so many people listen to podcasts. But man, if you got family, you got friends, just tell one person. That one person, just tell one person, man. And just check us out, download us. We got a lot of fly stuff on the network, man. If you're not messing with Defy Life, what is your life about?
No doubt. Thomas Stevens, what you got for me, man?
Man, I just want to shout out my wife Chiquita, man. It's her birthday today.
Happy birthday, sis.
And,
happy birthday, sis.
Yeah, want to tell her happy birthday. And we just gonna go out this weekend, kick it. We're gonna do something different. We're gonna go see Jeezy. So that
yeah, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna go kick it with Jeezy at the House of Blues. So, it's been great. Another great show.
Life gift.
You already know, man. I can't wait to get in it and get down there. Mm-hmm. But hey, Defy Life, man. Not just a podcasting network, not just a clothing brand. It's a way of life. Don't just live life. Defy life.
Salute.
Yeah.
No doubt. I ain't got nothing crazy, man. I want to give a shout out to our very own Alvin Glenn, who took home the championship in his rec league basketball coach team. He told us he was prepping for the playoffs last week, and they won the chip. So congrats to Al.
Congrats,
always,
my guy.
Yeah, we always give a big shout out to our coaches on the show who take time out of y'all's lives to give back and reach back to our youth. So shout out to you, Al. You've been doing it for a long time, and a championship on any level is worth it. So congrats, sir. So again, y'all, this has been episode 97 of the Defy Life podcast. Again, it's been real. It's been fun. We'll talk to you people again.
It's been a lot of fun.
Right. And Shari, I'm sorry, sis. We will talk about this. But now,
there are no sorries.
Oh man. Oh boy. So fortunately and unfortunately, we will talk to y'all again next week.
Unfortunately.
Oh man.
We out here, baby. Defy Life.
Until then, Defy Life.
Until then, Defy Life.
Until then, Cherie, Defy Life with me.
Oh, man.
You hear that? Listen closer. That, my friend, is the deafening sound of focus. It drowns out all the useless noise that can clutter the moment. Naysayers don't exist. Haters? Smaters? The peanut gallery? Who's that? When you in your zone, all that noise and all that buzz is just elevator music. So, enjoy your journey, focus on your goal, and bask in the quiet roar that is progress. Because when it's your time to shoot that shot, spit that verse, or close that deal, the only voice that matters is yours. Defy Life.